then put a little like blue marker on them to show which ones.
Can I test something real quick just to make sure that you're not also getting my... Can you hear this?
Oh, he's supposed to be hearing something right now.
It's a very quiet siren.
Oh, that was probably on my end.
Okay, cool. Make sure that you're not also getting my... Can you hear this? Making sure that my desktop audio isn't going...
Oh, he's supposed to be hearing something right now.
See, I think if I do this, it will. Make sure that you're not also getting my... Actually, no, it's not doing what it's supposed to. Whatever. Yes, it will. Make sure that you're not also getting button. Whatever. Wait. Oh, it's probably because I'm supposed to be doing. Actually, no, it's not doing what it's supposed to. Whatever. Yes, it will. Make sure that you're not also getting button. Why is voice meter potato? Okay, if I do this, and then I can hit this button.
Oh God! What was that?
Okay, I got it.
Yeah, there you go.
It all works.
You figured it out.
We did it.
It is very powerful being able to forward your audio, whatever audio you desire. Yeah.
God, it feels so good, but also it's like so much responsibility, you know?
Boy. Okay, looks like everyone's assembled, yeah?
Yes.
Okay. All right, before we get started, there's two things we need to do. First thing we're going to do is I'm going to roll your obligation. Which I can actually do.
So are we rolling in Discord or are we rolling...
I can roll your obligation in here, because I can just hit roll d20.
Oh, sure.
51. Let's see who it hits.
Oh.
You're rolling it in the thing.
I'm rolling it in the thing. Okay.
I can still hear your door.
All right. Paul.
Haha.
L0S7, reduce your strain by 1 for the duration of this session.
Oh, okay, sure. Oh, I should open up my spreadsheet. Sweet.
I'm gonna go grab my
I need to go grab my iPad Pro.
That's not what I was just doing.
Oh my
That's
God.
smart, Sean.
So stupid.
Yeah, but
Honestly, your
mine's
character
right here,
sheet's
too.
better because like I can barely read my own iPad Pro handwriting, but like you know, I'll convert to yours probably at some point.
yeah,
Yeah, that was a baller character sheet that you
super
made
useful.
there.
Oh my God, the notes. So there's a strain log, and on the left it's like normal current strain, and on the right is like threshold strain. I think we track obligation here.
Yeah, that sounds right. Yeah, you're for the duration of this session, your strain threshold is going to be lower by 1.
No, but I just mean like the comment there being like, hey, this is how this works. I think. Like, it's not even certain itself. Also, I tried to do it and it went the wrong direction.
Good. Okay. Great.
Spreadsheets.
As we all just sit here with iPad Pro.
All right.
Wait. Oh, it's because it's inverted. I think it would subtract. So if I do that, I got it. So I have obligation 1. It's like accounting. This is the best. You guys are missing out.
Oh God. Okay, and then the next
I
thing
think
we
it's just you and me in here.
What's that?
In the live stream. I posted a link to the live stream.
Oh, okay. All right. And then the next thing we need to do is we need to set our destiny pool for this session.
Oh yeah.
So to do that, we're gonna go to our die rolling Discord channel here, and let's see. Each of you is going to do the command destiny roll once. Not me. I am not going to do it. It's just you guys.
Can you like show the command?
Yeah, exactly.
It's all one word.
Yeah.
Is that what it's supposed to be?
Is it? I think it's it's there's a space. Yeah. There you go. Oh shit. We need to wait.
Oh, you have to clear the pool?
We have to clear the pool. Everyone stop. This is already a disaster. Everyone stop.
I was like, that's a lot of bad signs.
Oh God. Okay, what was it? I think I remember the command. Yeah, there we go. Okay, now everyone can do destiny roll.
I should change this.
What's bad?
Thank you.
I don't know.
It's good for me.
Aha.
Okay.
So bad, yes. Okay.
All right. So the way the
destiny roll.
There it goes. Okay.
Oh, I see. Am I the only one who had light side?
Yes, you are our only light.
Wow. Okay. So,
Wow.
just to give you guys a breakdown on how the Destiny pool works. So, during the course of the game, I can use the dark side points to make bad things happen. I can increase the difficulty of things. I can introduce new challenges, things like that, using the Destiny points. You guys can use the light side points to reduce the difficulty of things or get a magic item that helps you out of a situation, something like that. So right now, I have a bunch to work with, and you guys have one.
You don't need it.
Yes.
You're welcome, everybody.
Each time I use one, you guys get one back. So as I use them, you guys will get a bigger pool of Destiny points to use.
If we use R1, do you get it back?
Yes. Yeah.
So
it goes,
it's like ping pong.
Yeah, it goes back and forth during the session.
Got it.
As we spend them. So yeah, right now it's definitely in my favor. So big thanks to Meg for you guys for giving you guys your one light side point that you can use. Okay, and let's see. We figured out obligation. We got our Destiny pool, and with that, we're ready to start. If everyone is ready, anyone want to do anything before we get going? Questions?
No. Oh, do we need to read our sheets now?
Meg, how chairbound am I?
I don't know what that means.
Okay, so you don't care if like we go off screen or do anything.
Do whatever
No.
you
All
do.
I don't know what your
Okay,
production
good.
values are. It's your
Yeah,
chair, not mine.
because usually when I'm doing stuff on Discord, I'm actually more like this.
You guys be how you want to be.
Oh, okay, let me just turn off my camera real quick.
I'm gonna go ahead and get rid of
this
this
your
meme now,
character
too.
icon instead, but we'll live for this first one.
Yeah. All right. I'm going to get rid of this meme now. Everyone appreciate Anakin telling the younglings that they're not going to grow up. Okay, it's gone. Okay. So to start things off, Paul, you have not seen any of Clone Wars, right? Is that correct? The show?
Oh, I'm pretty sure I got it from my dad, so I think I saw it at one point. Yes.
Okay.
I don't think I've seen any of it.
Okay. The
I've
only
seen
reason
some of it.
The only reason I bring up the show is because I wrote a little intro to kick off the session, and they do this little opening in the Clone Wars episode that is like,
Oh my god!
it's kind of like if you ever seen Legend of Korra, they do a similar thing there.
Oh, like the intro where they give you like a very brief history.
Yeah, where they give you like a brief history of like what's happened so far,
They
kind of
have,
like the
mini
opening.
scrolls.
I love how
Legend
Sean's
of
like,
Korra,
oh,
suddenly he
Legend of Korra, I
speaks
know
my
that show.
language.
Yeah.
Airbender.
To be clear, this is not a Legend of Korra session. I'm not doing a bait and switch where it's still doing Star Wars. Just that was an example. But yeah, okay. So I'm gonna put on my best like Carnival Barker voice here. Okay, a galaxy at war. A year has elapsed in the Clone Wars, and the Separatist and Republic armies remained locked in a deadly battle across the stars. In an effort to gain a foothold in the Camino system and end the Republic's clone production, the Separatists turned their attention towards planets close to the Camino system. To this end, the CIS prepares a concentrated strike on Ukio, where they seek to seize the capital Gongdru and establish a forward base to assault Camino. The Republic, meanwhile, lies in wait, ready to meet them in the stars. While the two armies prepare for war, a small agrarian colony in the marshland sits undefended. Unable to convince the Republic army to requisition troops for their protection, Clone General Sixer puts out a call for help, and four answer. Jedi Master Brill Frita sends his newly appointed Jedi Knight Nesbrinto on his first mission, and on the HoloNet, two mysterious droids and one Corellian woman come to their aid. General Sixer meets his newly hired help planetside to inform him of the mission. As ships loom above, the crew meets for the first time on the outskirts of the capital city, unaware of what impact a small marshland town could have on the galaxy. Okay. So, let me go ahead and set the stage here. So first off, we have L07S. All three of you are in the field. We're waiting to meet your clone general. L07S is currently on a phone call with Meredith, who has called him on a long-range transmission. And asks him, L, where are you?
Yes.
Yes, what? Is that a planet?
I'm on the ground in a field.
Okay, sounds good. Can you pick up some blue milk on your way home?
Yes.
Good droid. And she hangs up. but you've been fielding calls like this periodically for a while.
Okay.
Yeah, this job has taken you a little further away than the usual ones, so it's been a little harder for you to conceal the fact. Not that you're actively concealing the fact that you're not an accounting droid, but your absence has been noticed.
Okay.
Yes, but we also have down here Nesprinto, the Jedi, and N7T6, who has arrived in a ship. The rest of you were transported here by Republic transports after you accepted the call. So can I show you guys what the ship looks like? I think I can. Yeah, here we go. So this is the ship that N7T6 has arrived on. It's kind of just a giant box. But that is currently sitting behind you guys in the open field. And up in the skies above, you guys see a ton of ships, all Republic. Some of them are in planetary, and then some of them are actually in the atmosphere and they're sort of blurred because of how high up there are, but some of them are so big you can still see them from planet side. And as you guys are waiting, a Republic dropship comes in. You see it sort of coming down from above, and it lands, and a clone trooper general gets out. And he walks out. He says, "All right, so you're my men, huh? And droids."
Yes.
Yes.
All right, good to see you. So he throws down a little disc on the ground that sort of projects a little hologram of the planet up for you guys, and he goes, "Let me fill you on the stitch." And on the hologram, you guys can see the whole of Ukio, which is the name of the planet that you're on. And at the top, on the northern hemisphere where you guys are now, it's more... wait, I have a little tool here. Let's draw some shapes. That's a square. Most planets don't do that. Let's freehand it. There we go. Okay. Okay.
Oh my.
Pretend it's a sphere. We got us a sphere here. Here's you guys. Okay. So the hologram comes up. It's got a much better sphere than this one. That sphere is not representative of what he has. And he goes, "All right, here's us, and here's our problem." And he motions back here. He says, "There is a community back here in the marshlands of a group of Wookieans, and we can't get anyone to them. I can't convince anyone in the Republic to go get these people out of here. And pretty soon, this whole planet's going to be a fucking war zone." They probably wouldn't use the F-bomb on Clone Wars, but creative license.
Oh yeah, is this an adult show?
Yeah, if this is made for kids, you have to tell me.
Yeah.
Oh no! Oh no! Oh god, what have I done? Okay. All right. He says, "I need you guys to get down there, get those people out of here." And then he brings up another little hologram of a Corellian woman. He says, "This here is your contact. Her name's." I'm sorry, I keep forgetting. Desilu, right? Yes,
yeah.
Desilu. This is Desilu. She's already down there. She's talking to these people now to get them ready to go. I'm going to need you to get down. Your droid friend here brought a ship. Seems like the right size for as many people as they've got. So get them out of here before we end up in trouble. And he brings up another planet, which is the destination. So this is a good note for someone to take down if one was to take notes.
Oh god.
I didn't prepare for that.
That's okay. So he brings up another planet, and he sends the coordinates specifically to N7, as he is the one who technically owns the ship. And he said, and the planet that he's sent you the information for is the Thyferia, which is where it's a planet where they manufacture Bacta, which is information that'll be important for a reason very soon here. So he says, "Any questions so far?"
What's an Ukian?
Okay, that's a good question. Okay, I mean, you guys don't need to roll for it, but Ukians are they look kind of like meerkats with sort of 4 arms on the top and like really big hind legs. They're like 4 feet to 6 feet long, and they can stand up. Although when they move fast, they tend to get down on all 4s and move their little hands. That's what they look like. So this planet's importance, mentioned in the opening, is because it's close to the Camino system. So if the Separatists were to get it, they could end the clone production, or at least start assaulting the planet that would end the clone production. But this is information you guys would know from just being part of this universe. So we don't need to roll for that.
Would I?
Yeah, maybe.
Okay, sure.
Yeah, you're a
You're
droid.
connected to the internet or
Yeah,
something.
you're connected to the cloud. You know,
It's
you just
fine.
HoloNet or whatever
pull
it's called.
down
Yeah.
some information.
All right.
But okay. So the last thing before they turn you loose is there's another person on the dropship who didn't really make themselves known until now, but a Moff steps off board, a general of the Republic Army, and he says, "I have one more thing for you." And he holds out these little beakers, these like little tiny test tubes, and he looks around his choices of who to hand them to. And he hands them to the Jedi after looking at the droids to hold on to. And he says, word has it that this little community on the back end is manufacturing a healing substance in their marshland that heals stronger than Bacta. If we could get our hands on it and synthesize it, we could have an edge on this war. To be clear, this is not part of the contract, and I was never here. But if you do it, there could be a bonus in it for you.
Roger
How
that.
much of a bonus?
Oh, right. So the contract, when you guys took the contract, it was a 2,000 credit contract. So that's how much is on the line for you guys to get. Okay. I should mention you all have, I think I didn't put the value of it, but you guys all have a note of some kind of background information that's inside the handout section. And actually, I can make the ship's information public now that you guys have seen it.
Oh, notes.
Yes.
Interesting.
The little newspaper section.
Yeah, that's why I'm taking my notes at least. I'm just.
Oh.
Oh, you can just edit it.
Yeah, so I just like spaced down a couple lines and started taking notes there.
Okay, thanks for taking notes.
Wait, you can draw a circle if you hold down Alt.
Ooh.
I made a circle for you.
Oh God. Okay. Oh yeah, that's a very nice
what I
circle.
did
But now we're gonna get rid of a lot of this. So before you turn you guys loose, the Republic Commando 6R just goes over one more time. What I need from you guys is to just get them the hell out of here. Get them off this planet. Get them to their destination. You do that, and you get all of them out of there. There could be a bonus in it for you as well. But that's what I need from you. Is everyone clear on the mission?
Yeah. So I want to point at the hologram.
Uh-huh.
So we're here. Point where we are.
Yeah.
And there. Why did we land here?
The Moff looks at the Republic General looks at the Moff, and they both just kind of shrug. He's like, we didn't want to move too far from the rest of the fleet. So, they made you land there. He says, like, we didn't really put information on where this place is on the contract because we're trying to keep the Separatists from striking it. We're pretty sure they know where it is now. So we're going to need you to get there. Get them out of here before they end up there. Good question. Anyway, we can get rid of that now. Unless you guys have any other questions for them. At that point, they turn you guys loose to do this.
Nope, no questions.
Okay.
Thanks, General Sixer.
Okay. They give you a salute, hop into their transport, and you watch it fly back up towards the bulk of the fleet. And with that, you're now free to pay a visit to to the Swampland Village.
So we're just gonna fly there, right?
Yeah. I mean, your vehicle is good for both interstellar and planetary travel. So
Cool.
go ahead and.
All right.
I don't roll so good in Swampland.
Yeah.
I have some news for you. With this ship, you don't really roll so well anywhere.
Oh no.
It's gonna be fine. Don't worry. Anyway, here is where Disillusioned is at the moment. Desilu. Here's our little town. And with that, you guys make your way over. Ships in Star Wars move at the speed of plot. So you make your way there in due time. But as you're going by, you notice this planet has some pretty different topography. There's a lot of sort of mountain ranges mixed in with sort of these swampland areas. And as you sort of fly over, and you can kind of see the layout of the village from above, and you see these little towns, and you see, where is my, there you are. You can see someone in the center of town sort of wandering around and checking in on these people, seeing what they're up to. And with that, my pilot, I would like you to make a perception check on finding a decent place to land.
Uh-oh. I can do this.
I believe in you.
I wouldn't even know what to roll. I guess
It's literally a
So
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's
I have 1 perception,
great.
and I have 1 cunning.
Okay, so that would mean that you are rolling 1 proficiency die, and it's going to be against a difficulty of just 1.
Is the proficiency the green one?
Proficiency is the yellow one.
Damn.
Yeah. So the green die are the ability die.
Okay, I think
There you go.
I did it.
Okay, yeah, that's a success. Okay, so you identify a couple places that you could safely set down. Obviously, you could just set down right in front here. Start loading on people. You're a little nervous about some of the rocks over there. There's also a clearing in the mountains to the north that appears to be like a fairly safe place to set down, and also a little more hidden. It's a little underneath. You'd kind of have to finesse your way into it, but there's like a little cave that seems big enough for you to sort of jet it down into. And as part of your perception roll, you also look down and you notice that on your radar there is a bleeping. There's something getting picked up. And you take a look at it, and there is a separatist strike force en route. From what you can see, it looks like there is a dropship and 3 fighters. And they're making their way. They've kind of broken off from their own fleet that has warped in from the north, and they're making their way towards here. So you have some time before they get here. But your main concern, as a pilot, you probably know, your ship is not really great at space combat. It's not really the thing that it's built for.
It's a box.
It's a box.
Flying box.
So now might be a good time to discuss strategy on what to do about that.
On the map yet, correct?
On where to land.
What's that?
I shouldn't see them on the map yet, right? I just see my icon.
You only see yourself. Yeah, they're currently on a ship above you. So while you're down here,
got it. Okay.
So in your notes, I realize now that maybe not everyone has read their notes yet, which is maybe I'm operating on that assumption. And
I read through mine.
Okay. Great.
I read my notes. Yes.
Okay. Good. All right. So you are currently down here, sort of helping out these people.
Yep.
Getting them ready for potential evacuation. And while you're down here, you look above and you see just this giant box comes flowing by, which is kind of strange to you because you've been expecting a Republic vessel of some kind to come help these people out. So seeing a junky box kind of float through the sky, it's not really what you had in mind.
Just another hunk of junk.
The garbage will do.
I mean, unless anyone says otherwise, I'm just gonna bring it down on a solid-looking piece of ground right near town. I'm not trying to run it into any buildings or anything, but like,
Okay.
I want to get people on this ship and off this planet because I don't want to deal with those separatist idiots.
Okay.
I mean, that seems like a solid idea.
Yeah. Okay. All right. So,
Can I try and sense if there's any other living things around?
Oh yeah, yeah, you can. Do you have force sense as an ability?
I do.
Okay. All right. Go ahead and give me a force roll.
Is it just roll F?
Yep. Yeah, that's all. Oh, good. A dark side die. So you can take that.
Nope, I'm good. We're not gonna sense that. We're gonna just go for it. Who needs the force, right? Am I right? We're just gonna
right. Okay. All right.
The droid's right. I like the droid's thinking. Let's go. This little ball. Let's go.
All right. So you're just gonna sit down somewhere outside of town. Is that the plan?
Yeah, I don't know. There.
Okay.
That's
there. I have no idea what the scale of my ship is. I'm just like,
that's fair. I mean, your ship's pretty big. It's probably about the size of like this.
Oh, that's how you do. Okay.
Yeah. It's probably about the size of like this processing plant. Like it's huge. So you're
box.
Yeah, it's big. So I guess I can kind of give you an idea of the scale. Like you have this is a town of probably about 80 to 100 of these guys. You have room for like 10 passengers, but taking 100 of these people in your cargo ship is going to still leave you plenty of space. Like,
how many meerkats would you estimate I could fit in my cargo hold?
I would estimate.
This is totally random measurement unit, I know.
Yes, I would estimate that you could fit about 20,000 meerkats into your cargo hold.
The fuck?
Make a few more stops. Okay, well, that's fine. Yeah, just I'm a pilot. Wherever seems good over here, whatever. I'm down with that. Seems good. Close to the city center, where that lady down there is rounding people up or something.
Meerkats. I'm rounding up meerkats.
Oh, whatever.
Hey, there it is. Okay. We're just gonna plop that down right there. A little representation of your box. Let's make it a little more boxy. Okay. All right. So you guys sit down into this town. Your docking bay opens, and you step out and see all these buildings here to your right. Well, I guess I don't know which way your ship's facing. To your south, to the south. You guys see this giant marshland over here, and it's actually glowing. There's sort of like this blue bioluminescence sort of coming out of the marshland, which is very unlike anywhere else you've seen as you've been flying around this planet. As you guys are waiting, little meerkat comes sort of scampering over. He doesn't really have anyone else with him, but he's got like little goggles on. Ooh, he's a Nukian. I called him a meerkat. He's a Nukian. Keeping our terminology, it's the same here. And he comes running over, and the first person he approaches is the Jedi. Because people see a Jedi, they assume the Jedi's in charge. And he pops over and he goes, "Are you here from the Republic?"
Yes, we're here to rescue this village. We're here to evacuate the village.
Great.
What is your name, good sir?
My name's Zeku. Well, good news is most of us are ready.
Great. That's fantastic.
So he brings you guys over. He says, "There's someone you should probably meet. It's the other person who got here before the rest of you." And he brings you over to Desilu, who is currently helping two of the younger little Ukians get packs fastened onto their back.
And I would recognize, like, Ness and I would potentially recognize each other, right?
Yeah, I mean, there's based on. I'm guessing you probably. How long ago would you say you left the Order?
In the last year.
You guys would have definitely known each other then.
Okay.
Absolutely.
Ness, what are you doing here? These don't look like Republic droids.
Des, it's good to see you after you've left the Jedi Order. Well, my Master, oh my gosh, Master Frida sent me to on my first mission here. I mean, I just made Knight. I think when we last saw each other, I was a Padawan, but now I'm no longer a Jedi learner. I am now a Knight, and this is my first official mission. So we're going to rescue everyone here and take him back to the Republic. Are you you here to help?
I've been here because the Republic wasn't coming to help anyone. So glad you showed up. I'm glad. I guess you're a Jedi Knight now. But
Wow.
this is my character.
Oof.
Wow, so glad you're a Jedi now.
Congratulations on the promotion.
Oh my god, we should have a party.
Trying to do this. I mean, thanks, Ness. And who are the droids? Where did we get these droids from?
Yes, the droids. So, well, I'll let them introduce themselves. But you see, the Republic didn't have. We couldn't spare a battalion over here, so...
Of course, people are in need, but the Republic can't do anything. Go on.
Republic's forces are spread thin enough. The Jedi are out everywhere. We're doing all we can, Des. This is kind of what we had to do. At least we can still save people this way. Droids, introduce yourselves. I don't actually know their names either, I think, but, it'd be great.
Now's a great time.
Hello, my name is N7, and you do not seem very appreciative.
I'm very appreciative, little ball droid. You were a great pilot. Thank you for piloting us here.
L0S7, get Ukians, make credits.
Please, Meredith. Sustain, Meredith.
Sustain Meredith. I love
What do
it.
you mean, get Ukians? Are you gonna harm them? Because I'm here to protect them.
No, we're here to rescue the Ukians, Des. We're gonna load them into this beautiful ship that we've got, and we're going to go ahead and fly back over to Clone General Sixer, and that is where we'll be able to get them off world. There's a fleet of Republic ships out over there. We just came in this ship because we need to get in and out faster.
All right. Well, let's get them rounded up. I do want to see them get to safety. But Ness, can I talk to you for a second real quick?
Yes, of course. What's on your mind?
Like, let me read the note. I just want to make sure I get it correct. So, Ness, look, I'm sorry. I just am still a little jaded about the Jedi, but I'm glad you're here to help. But I did want to tell you, when I got here, I felt an odd disturbance in the Force, just this weird foreboding and haunting presence coming from the northern mountain range. Do you sense it too?
Yes, I sensed it too. I was a little apprehensive when Master Frida sent me out on my own. So I'm really glad that you're here, Des, to be honest. It's always a pleasure to have another Jedi by my side. Sorry, I know you're not part of the Order anymore, but you know what I mean.
Well, let's make the best of this situation and help get everyone on board.
Right, let's focus on the mission. Let's get as many Ukians out.
All right. And with that, let's see. What would be a good skill for this? Oh, that's an option. Anyway, I assume at this point you guys all want to start getting these people piled on.
Yes, but
Okay.
I also would like to ask one of them about healing substance, or is there something?
Oh, yes. Okay. I was wondering if I was waiting to see if maybe that was just going to slip by, but no. Yeah. Zeku will actually. He's more than happy to take you there. As soon as you mention it, he's like, "Oh, would you like a tour of the place that we're about to get destroyed? Yeah, let's go." So while everyone else continues to kind of get everyone aboard, he takes you into, and I do have a little character icon for you. There you go.
Woo.
He takes you into this little processing plant. And in this room over here, which you apparently don't fit in, he shows you through a little window. He shows you through a little window here that they have sort of a they have this like farm of something glowing inside the water here. And Zeku goes, there's actually microbes in here. There's living life forms. We call them the yum-yums because they taste good. But you shouldn't eat a lot of them because they also they provide a little bit of a healing here. I don't really know exactly how it works. But all I know is when we get hurt, we step into the bath and later everything seems fine. And at this point, let's see. At this point, you start to feel something coming from the marshland, and you realize what it is the Force. These creatures are actually connected to the Force in some way. And you start to wonder if this is what your master had in mind when he sent you here alone. Was this what you guys felt? And then I want both of my Jedi to make a resilience test against a difficulty of 2. So resilience is going to be, it's a brawn test. So you're using your characteristic brawn and your skill resilience.
Okay, I have 2 brawn and none resilience.
I have 4 brawn and none resilience.
Okay. Against a difficulty of 2, I think you guys are probably going to be okay.
It's like droid life. What's the Force? Can't feel that.
Oh, these Jedi and their superstition.
Doesn't make any sense.
Droids. I have a restraining bolt on me and I will use it.
Do you actually?
Yeah, I have in my inventory.
Yeah, no, she does, yes.
Why would you bring that?
Alright, so let's see.
That's just like spiteful.
Droidist.
What am I rolling?
Difficulty is D?
Yeah, D. So you guys are doing a difficulty of 2.
Okay.
And it's a resilience test. So your brawn and your resilience skill.
Got it. And the smaller die is green.
It's green, yeah.
Okay,
The green ability die and then yellow proficiency die.
Hell yeah.
Nice.
I
Okay.
think I did that right.
You did. Yes. Ooh, okay. All right. So we'll start with Ness Brento. So Ness, you are sitting here feeling sort of the sort of positive like light force energy coming off of this pond. And you're thinking it's kind of weird. This doesn't feel like a disturbance in the force, but it's definitely like a force presence. And all of a sudden you just feel this strong wave of just like dark energy coming from the north. Like something deeply bad in the forest is just emanating from those caves. And it hits you, and you feel it, and you just kind of let it pass through you. Doesn't really affect you. Meanwhile, the droids are watching as Des is escorting people onto the ship. And when it hits her, it literally knocks her on the ground. And so Des is actually going to take 2 strain from just the power of this thing coming from the mountain range.
Okay, so then I would put my strain from 12 to 10.
Mm-hmm. This may not end up affecting you much because once you have some time to rest, your strain just kind of heals naturally.
Okay.
But that's just you're feeling the power of something coming from up there. So this is probably not it. Good.
Can I be like moving cargo or something?
And
Yeah, absolutely.
can I put my piece on
Okay.
the board yet?
Yeah, that's your guts. That's you up here. I may have not given you
Yeah, I
permission
can't
to move
click
it.
it.
Yeah, I have to actually set that.
Aha.
Yep.
Everyone say hello to Alan. If he's
Hi, Alan.
Hi, Alan.
Hello there.
Alan. Hello
What's
to
up?
Alan.
All right, it's this little gear button and controlled by. There you go. You can now move yourself around.
There we go.
You know what? L0. I'm glad you asked about what
Hell
you
yeah.
be doing.
It's droid time.
Nest Pinto. There we go. Okay, now Nest can control his icon. Actually, let's get you all on the board. Okay. Pop. How do you feel about this for you, L0?
That's fine.
Okay.
It's
Great.
a droid.
Great. And I didn't really find anything I like for N7, unfortunately.
I haven't found anything.
Yeah, so I'll have to look for something more. We'll use this
Do you
guy
have
for
a-
now.
Do you have a soccer ball? Or
Soccer ball would be pretty good.
Let me see. There's a whole collection of like free assets that I can pull out. So let me take a look here and see if there's any goodies.
marble, like pizza. I don't want to shatter the illusion that we have going on the map, but
There you go.
There you go.
How about that? There you go.
Yeah, no, that's really good.
You can thank Pro Bono for that one. That's who it's credited to.
Oh my god! I was like clicking through widgets, and the soccer ball lined up so perfectly. I thought that was a thing I could click on. Very confused.
Oh man. Okay, so L0, while you are sort of transporting the more cargo-related items to the ship, a little tiny Ukian comes running over to you. He comes scampering over.
Okay.
And he's like, excuse me, Botman, there's a problem.
Yes.
My grandma suddenly doesn't want to go.
Too bad.
So I'm guessing at this point you just keep transporting cargo? Is that okay?
We're on a mission, and I intend to do it.
So he watches you just sort of like walk away, and then he looks around, and he sees Des, and he runs over, and he goes up to Des and goes, Des, there's a problem. My grandma suddenly doesn't want to leave.
Why doesn't she want to leave?
Well, you should probably go talk to her. I've been trying to get her to leave, and she says she'd rather just die here than go anywhere else.
Okay. Ness, can you keep helping loading people on, and I'll go take a look at this?
Yep, I got this. I got this.
Okay. So the little guy leads you to the back of the compound here, where there's a locked door and this like tiny little shack.
Wait, in the processing plant?
It's behind the processing plant, so it's actually it would actually be off screen, but it's like beyond
Okay.
beyond the little courtyard over here. Can I draw like offhand? Like, no. Okay. So just pretend that you're like
Oh,
okay.
yeah.
over there for now.
Got it.
We're stuck with the canvas space. Got it.
Yeah, you're beyond the boundaries of the map at this point. But there's a tiny little shack in the back, and little guy scampers over to it, and he goes, "Grandma, I brought one of the people over. Maybe they can explain to you why you have to move." And inside, she's like, "I'm not moving. I'd rather die. Been here my whole life."
I mean, I totally understand that, but we are going to transport everyone to safety, and we want to keep everyone safe. Don't you want to come along with your family?
So go ahead and give me a negotiation roll for that.
I need it.
So that is going to be presence, is your characteristic for that one.
Okay, 2.
And it's going to be against a difficulty of 2.
Cool. I don't have a skill
Actually-
in negotiation.
Actually, I am going to spend a destiny point.
Oh damn.
Uh-oh.
I'm going to spend a destiny point to upgrade one of those difficulty die to a challenge die. So you're rolling that against a difficulty and a challenge.
What the hell do I... So
it would be
roll green,
DC?
green,
yeah.
and then green DC.
Yep.
Okay. Oh.
Okay.
Oh,
Okay.
Wow.
Oh.
So with that, you can actually recover 1 strain.
Woohoo.
With that advantage.
All right, so to 11.
Pretty good roll.
Yeah, it's considering
That was lucky.
Yeah, that was pretty
What's
lucky.
considering the possibilities. Yeah, that worked out okay. So she seems to like you. You seem to be making a little bit of headway, but she still is locked in. And she just says, I'm an old woman, and I've lived my whole life here. My whole family's lived here. I'd rather the droids just kill me now than make me get on that ship.
Oh,
I'm gonna say I didn't hear that.
I mean, what's your name first off? Does she have a name?
Yeah, she does have a name. And her name is...
Meredith.
I was like,
not
not Meredith. I'm gonna be not happy.
It is not Meredith. It is Mookie.
Mookie, I want you to survive and continue to be with your family. What can we do to make you come with us? Is there things and resources we can bring from this planet to make a different destination feel like home? What can we do to make you want to come?
So there's a long silence on the other side of the door, and you're not really sure if she's contemplating what you said or if she's just ignoring you. But you waited out for a little bit, and while you're doing that, N7, where are you?
I'm just like trying to corral people. I'm
Okay.
really just running around on the ship. I don't know. You can bring your bag. I don't care. On the ship. On the ship.
Okay.
Doesn't matter. On the ship.
So you're tracking progress right now, and just kind of keeping track of everyone getting on board. Right now, you have about 70% of them on board. It's going pretty well.
Mhm.
But you decide to check that radar one more time, and that separatist ship is getting very close.
On the ship.
On the ship intensifies.
That fleet is going to be on you in like less than an hour now. So
That could be worse.
How much time did it take for everyone for like 70% of the ship to fill up?
well, 70% of the ship isn't filled up. Just 70% of the
The village,
Ukians are on
sorry.
board.
Right.
Yeah, I mean, the ship is probably only about like 10% full, like maybe less
Okay.
than that. But yeah, I mean, they're making themselves at home inside that ship. Some of them are putting up like hammocks in like the corners of your square cargo bay.
Are they like porgs? Are they just
like more sentient porgs, I guess.
I was gonna say like filthy humans, but they're not humans. So what's like the term for all living creatures?
It's a good question.
Yeah, what derogatory terms can we use to refer to all these fleshies? Wait, I found it.
That would be meatbag.
Bag, okay. Furry ones, right? I think they're furry.
That's pretty good.
I'm like
Furry
trying
ones?
to search what else I can do to get this woman to go. But I'd like to run back and get Ness and discuss the situation with him.
Okay.
Ness.
Des. I'm over here. I'm over here, filling up beakers of microbes. I hope.
Okay.
I hope I was doing that.
Yes.
met-
I will make a note that you have filled up 3 beakers. While you're doing it, Zeku is like, "What are you doing?"
I'm taking some of this back so we can help save more lives with this.
Can I be over here right now and witness?
Yeah,
this
you can go ahead. You can go ahead and we
Okay.
can say that after you didn't get a response, you decided to come back over. So yeah, you're here now. Zeku just kind of shrugs and he's like, "Okay, knock yourselves out." Doesn't seem to care that you're loading up those vials.
All right, cool.
I was about to use like my weird misdirection skills.
But he didn't care, so we're good. 3 beakers.
So Ness, it was Mookie, right?
Yep.
Like
Yeah,
from
Mookie.
Deep Space Nine. Ness, I met this grandmother who doesn't want to leave her family. I certainly feel for her, but I know that there's no option for her to stay here. Do you think you can work with me to get her to come with her family?
Yes, let's go chat with her. Let's go speak with this lady immediately.
All right, let's go up this way. Come along, friend.
All right.
Ex-friend.
There we
Woo! So we knock again, I guess.
Yeah.
And Mookie, I'm here with a fellow Jedi, they're still part of the Republic. He will be able to really talk to you about safety long term. I don't know, Ness.
Ness, what do you got for Mookie?
Mookie, we'd love for you to come with us and off this world. Every life is precious, especially during this time of war. We really want to save as many as we can. The Republic and the Jedi Order is dedicated to saving lives here, and it'd be great if you could come with your family.
Wow. That was good. Now make it a negotiation roll.
Oh gosh, I don't think Andy's feeling that. Let's see. It's presence. Okay, so 2.
That's going to be against a difficulty of 2, and this time I will not spend a dark side point to make your life harder. Ooh, boy. Okay. So you didn't take any strain from that earlier thing, right?
Nope.
Okay. So that advantage doesn't really do anything for you at the moment. But yeah, Mookie does speak up. And she's like, we've been asking for help from the Republic for weeks, and nobody showed up until Dessa came. So, sorry, but I don't really care what a Jedi has to say. Please go away.
Very well. And I Ness bows his head and kind of backs up and looks at Desu and is like, kind of like, all right, well, not much I can do.
Mookie, I totally understand how you feel about the Republic. It's why I came out here when I heard those were in need. I know some people on larger... Well, this is a core planet, right?
This is actually it's not on... It's close to the rim. It's not all the way out on the rim, but this isn't exactly a core planet.
All right. I know people... if the Republic's not going to help you in the Jedi, I get it. I once was a Jedi myself, but I want you and your family to be safe. What can we do for you? Can I, roll? Can I roll, what do I have even to roll?
I'll tell you what. While you think about what skill you can use, you could try doing something more deceptive to get her out the door, for example.
Well, that's what I was thinking. I was like, do I care that much about her? Should I just be like, whatever, lady? Or do I actually, try to use my, stealthy shit?
But you'll need to come up with how you can use deception to get her out the door. And while that's happening, so N7, L0, you guys finish getting everybody onto this ship. Everyone except Mookie, who you've now noticed that the Jedi have not really been helping out for a little while now.
Useless meatbag.
They seem to be very, very concerned with this one house way in the back. But you get everyone on board, and N7, you go to your radar, and you see that that Separatist fleet has now broken Atmo. They're going to be on you soon.
Okay.
Running out of time.
Okay. I'm gonna run on over to those Jedi as fast as I can. We gotta fucking go! There ain't no time for this! Can you fight when we're up in the sky in a spaceship? Because my ship can't, so we gotta go!
We're working on it, N7.
No, there's no working on it. I mean, I'm leaving with or without you. This is really... Oh no, the fuse is burning!
Is she just sitting in a chair?
So you guys can't actually see her because the door is currently closed. No one has actually tried to force their way in yet.
Oh, I'm going. Let's go. It's time. Time to go.
Oh, thank God L0 is here.
Thank God for L0.
Finally, someone reasonable.
So, while the Jedi are here talking to this door, trying to negotiate, L0 walks up, and he's going to go ahead and give me a brawl check. So that's your brawn and your brawl, and that's going to be against a difficulty of It's an old wooden door. We'll give it a 1.
So just 1D?
Just 1D for this.
All right.
Oh, wow! Okay, so, okay, so what you have rolled here is a despair. Is that a despair, or is that just that's a disadvantage? That's not a despair. You're okay. Okay.
I succeeded, but with disadvantage.
Correct. So, so you rear back and just get ready to hydraulic kick this door right down. And boy, does that kick the door down a lot harder than you expected. You send pieces just flying at Mookie of this door, just splinters and shards. And half a plank of the door that had not completely broken off just goes skyrocketing towards her, and it's going to hit her in the head. Let's see, how much damage is that going to do? You got what? 4 success. Oh, Jesus. Okay.
Ooh.
Got 4. Yeah, I'm going to go ahead and say that you actually knocked Mookie out with part of that door. She is unconscious.
Perfect.
So
I go in, I pick her up, I start heading for the ship. It's time to go.
Step away from Mookie.
I guess we did it.
L0, what have you done?
Oh my
Time to
God.
go.
I'm gonna just follow L0 and mutter, Jedi and their superstition.
wow.
So you guys are carrying her right now?
Is that what's happening? Is L0 carrying her?
It's just a small meerkat. I don't see what the problem is here.
So yeah, I mean, you guys were sitting at the door. You were talking to her, and this droid came up. He kicked down the door, and the door just smashed against her, knocked her out, and now he's got her over his shoulder, and he's just taking her to the ship. This problem solved.
And I'm looking back at Ness, and I'm like, I don't know why you came with these guys. This is awful. I don't like this at all.
I don't approve of their methods, but we're getting everyone out of this village. We just have to focus on that.
Out of curiosity, did anybody end up taking knowledge warfare, or did that end up just getting left off the table?
It's a career skill, but I didn't put any points in it.
Okay, all right. I was just curious if anyone ended up taking it. That's all.
N7 probably could make a pretty good roll, though. He's pretty smart.
He's the smart one.
It's just, you're like 4 int, right? That's just 4 greens, man.
Yeah, that's true.
I have 3.
You just know a lot of stuff.
I do, yeah. I spend a lot of time on the internet.
HoloNet.
Okay, so I'll tell you what. Let me take a look at what skills would be applicable for what I want to give you here.
I mean, I was gonna lean over to Ness and be like, I'm still worried about the caves.
Yeah, that's fair.
Me as well. Did you feel it from the water as well?
I didn't.
So Des, I should have put this in your notes. You've been here. Yeah, you've been here long enough that you have felt the force on these beings inside the processing plant.
Yeah, I did, and they seem to eat what's going on in the swamp, but when I got here, I was way more concerned about getting people prepared to hopefully be evacuated, so I haven't really investigated anything too much.
Well, yep.
Yeah, there's not really any good intellect skill for what I want to give you here, N7, so why don't you just go ahead and give me a straight intellect roll.
Wait, what's he rolling for?
So that is my... I think that's...
Oh yeah, what's the difficulty?
It, right? It's probably just that.
Yeah. I was only going to make it a difficulty of 1 anyway, because it's an easy thing, so we'll give it to you.
Well, I mean, I can just
sure. Why not?
There.
Oh, God.
Yeah, great. Oh, sweet.
Yeah. So the good news is that you also rolled 2 advantages, so that would have canceled out those other guys. So you would have just gotten 2 successes with this roll.
Okay, cool.
So you're fine. So here's the problem, N7. Mookie here has taken up enough time now that those ships are going to be on you. If you try to take off right now, you're not 100% confident at this point if you're going to be able to just like get to atmosphere and jump to light speed before these fighters are on you, because they move a lot faster than your ship, and you've only got 2 guns. So exploring your options, you remember 1, there's that hidden alcove in the cave. You could maybe make it there and slide in there in time before they notice anyone's here. That's option 1. Option 2, you guys could try and fight this on the ground. Whatever's in that drop ship, you guys might have a better chance actually outside the ship than inside it. Maybe not with those fighters. That might be a problem. But whatever's in that drop ship, you'd have an easier time dealing with down here, maybe. And then the third option is just to gun it. Just try and go for it and see what you can do.
Can you remind me what ships are coming in?
Yeah, sure. So the first thing that's coming in is a drop ship, and you have absolutely no idea what could be on this thing. You know, the Separatists use these all the time. What could be inside it is just like a platoon of droids. It could be tanks. It could be like flamethrower troops or whatever. And then the other 3 are fairly basic fighters that they tend to send out to protect these drop ships when they're coming in. It's not impossible that your 2 guns could take them on, but it's not great. You don't love your odds, but it's a possibility. It's a fairly small force. You know, they weren't really expecting to meet anybody over here, so it's not like you couldn't take them, but you don't feel great about your chances.
Great. I am nothing if not mathematical. So
the name of the ship, by the way, is a where is this thing?
Are we down by the droids now?
Yeah, you guys are all together at this point ever since Mookie got knocked out.
Nick, Ness, come down.
I'm here.
I'm worried about leaving right now. I don't think our chances are good. And I don't think it's safe. We could check out the caves, but there's a bad presence there, so unsure. But we could also hide in the caves.
Doesn't look like we have too much of a choice but to go into the caves as well. I don't like our odds out here, and it doesn't seem like it'll be great in the caves, but at least there we won't have to fight droids. Like
present company excluded.
entire battalion of battle droids. I should have clarified.
Well, I'm glad we all agree. Everyone get on.
So
to the cockpit.
So thanks to L0, you guys have rescued 100% of the Ukians.
Yeah, achievement
contract.
Oh yeah, 100% speed run, baby.
Now let's see if you guys get them out of here.
Yeah. Shoot.
I guess I'm on the ship.
Yeah, everyone on board. So N7, the plan you're going with is to hide that alcove. That's the goal?
Yeah, I'm not happy about it, but yeah.
Okay, all right. You are the pilot, so it's your call. You're the one in the seat.
It is, yes.
Okay.
It is unfortunately the best option.
Okay. All right. So I want you to go ahead and give me a piloting check, and this is going to be hard. So it's going to be 3 difficulty die.
I lost my icon, by the way, because it's below the ship, and I cannot.
Well, that's okay. We're moving somewhere else soon, so we can just go ahead and.
How much difficulty did you say?
It's going to be a 3 difficulty, so you're rolling 3 difficulty die on this one, and
that's exciting.
That's to slot yourself on in.
Should we use our 1 destiny point?
You have 2 now, actually, because I used
2?
1 against Meg.
It seems like an okay time to use 1.
I don't know how good a pilot you are, so.
I have 1 yellow, 2 greens on piloting, planetary piloting.
That's pretty good.
It's okay.
It's your ship.
You're the pilot.
It's not.
As far as they know, it's your ship.
As far as they know, yeah. Unless anyone has strong opinions, I'm just gonna not use it.
All right.
Okay.
That could have been worse.
What do we got? Let me see it. Oh boy. Okay.
It could have been worse. I don't know.
It could have been. It could have been worse.
It could have been worse. That is accurate.
It's fair. It's fair.
Okay. So you pick up off the ground, and you can see on the radar that they're coming in. You're fairly certain that they haven't noticed you yet, just because they haven't broken their pattern. So, if they had spotted something, there's a good chance they probably would have scrambled. Looks like they're still just kind of on a cruising course. You're not 100% sure they haven't spotted you, but you're like, 80, 70, maybe. So you go ahead and pick up, and you head for the little alcove of the cave that you spotted, and you come in for a landing, and it's a little tight, but you're pretty sure that you've got it. And you line up, and you start sliding in there to get out from under view of these things so that you can get in and kill the engines and hide your ship. So you start pulling in, and you guys ever see Galaxy Quest? Anyone here seen Galaxy Quest?
I have.
Okay.
Uh-oh.
You're feeling pretty good about it as you kind of like slowly slide in, and then all of a sudden you hear a loud and it just gets louder and louder and louder. But you're kind of setting your course, and you don't feel good about pulling out to try and do it again, so you just commit. And let's see, where is everyone inside the ship? So just so I kind of can set the scene for everybody. So
What
the ship has
our options, yeah.
Yeah, let me go ahead and put down the ship again, which I just realized I deleted. That wasn't great. So the ship has
It's just a soccer ball.
I can move that. I wanna put the ship. I wanna. Okay. Here we go. Okay, what I really want to know is who's chilling over here in the cockpit and who's chilling over here in the cargo bay.
Where are the guns?
So
There, I'm there.
yeah, so the guns are, I believe,
really
one gun
need to
is
watch
in the
Mandalorian.
aft. So you are, okay, hold on.
There is
Getting
a dorsal cannon
dorsal cannon
and
and
a ventral cannon.
ventral cannon. So
So
Can you
obviously
explain that
that's
in
where
English?
those would be. I think there's one on the back, and I think I see one on top of
yeah.
the gray part of where the sort of
Oh
cockpit
yes,
would be.
you are correct. There is one there, and there's one in the back. So which gun are you on, L0? Back or forward?
Oh Christ! I guess the forward one.
Okay.
Sure.
All right.
Why not?
Okay. All right. So good news for you, L0. You picked the side of the ship that is not currently getting a piece of granite scraped against it. So that's good.
Sweet.
Where's everyone else? Des, Ness, where are you guys?
Sorry, I know it's loud.
That's okay.
I am in the. I'm with the passengers in the
Okay.
cargo. So
And-
I'm just talking to them and trying to calm them down and stuff like that.
And Des, is that where you're hanging?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So yeah, you guys are hanging with the Ukians, just kind of help them calm down, and you start to hear that loud scraping noise, and you look up, and the corner of the ship is actually starting to dent in a little bit more as it goes further and further along. And you just kind of watch as this dent gets bigger and bigger and bigger, and there's now just this line of dented metal going across the side of the cargo ship.
Can I come over? Can I pretend like there's a loudspeaker on this ship? I
Yes,
can talk?
absolutely. You can make an announcement.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen. This is your captain speaking. We're experiencing some minor turbulence on this flight. No need to worry. Keep your seatbelts fastened. Everyone just stay still or something.
Okay. So yeah, you're right. There's ways that could have been worse. But for now, your ship is docked inside this little alcove. Docked. It's docked real good. It's docked good enough that someone might actually have to get out and unstick it. So
Yeah.
you guys are in here real good, but you go ahead and shut off the engine because you don't want any chance of these guys detecting you at the moment. So you are running silent, as they say.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, you guys are now safely nestled into this cave, safely. That in air quotes.
Is it like so it's all really tight around at this point, right? So like
It's pretty tight. Yeah, I mean,
me at the gunner spot, I'm like being here is.
Oops.
You are currently looking at just basically like a wall.
Like
That's
a
pretty
ceiling,
much-
some
yeah.
nice. Oh, is it stalactites or stalagmites? Whatever.
Stalagmites might hang from the ceiling, but they don't.
Oh, okay.
Whatever.
Whatever.
Tight, not to hang on tight.
Yeah,
Oh.
good.
Oh.
Yeah, but I mean, yes, there is absolutely nothing to look at in this gunner seat.
Okay.
So we're in the cave area, though, right?
That is correct. And my Jedi, you guys definitely feel the pull of that thing even
So-
stronger from somewhere nearby.
I'm like, what is the Jedi? Do you have Jedi sense, Nick?
I do.
I would roll it.
Let me do that.
Sure, why not?
Let's try. Let's see
Can
what
I
happens.
roll? Is perception correct here?
You can make a perception
Aha.
check to kind of look at that.
Finally.
You can make a perception check for other things. Like that's more of like a physical attribute of like being able to hear or look or spot. It's not really associated with like a Jedi sense. But you could roll it to notice other things if you wanted.
Like, is the ship like intact, sort of thing, or like, is it gonna totally fall apart? Like, is that even worth checking?
I mean, you could roll for that, but that's probably more in the purview of someone with some mechanical knowledge. But you could roll that to just take a look. You could roll it to take a look at the ship and see how it looks if you wanted.
Oh, what about instead seeing if anyone's injured inside?
That you don't need a perception test for.
Okay.
Everyone was pretty freaked out, but because of where that scrape happened, it was like way above where anyone would have been. So everyone's okay. There's no injuries on board. The real injury is to the ship.
I'm also like, what about? What was the grandmother's name?
Mookie.
Mookie. I don't care. My character doesn't. However, you'd think one of the Jedi.
Let me. Yeah, that's a good point. We should be checking on Mookie, huh?
I
don't know,
just put her
she's
in the
knocked
cargo
out.
bay and then went to the gunner's seat because I have important business to attend to.
That's why we were in the cargo bay. Yeah.
You got this.
Des-
Roll for your.
Des, can you check on Mookie, and I'm going to try and sense, outside the ship just to see if it's safe, if there's open things outside of it. So let me use my force roll for that.
Yes.
Do you droids have healing abilities?
I mean, they can if they want to try. If they take points in medicine, droids could heal. But I don't know if these droids have points in medicine.
This droid does have points in medicine, but
All right, so I'm over by Mookie. What do I?
Okay. So what you're gonna do for me is so you don't have medicine at all, right?
No.
Okay. So what you are going to do for me is you are just going to make a basic intellect test against 2 difficulty die.
Okay, so those are green. Yeah,
Those are green.
Mine are
Yep.
green.
Those are those green ones.
Roll.
You guys should use the spreadsheet because I just have symbols for every skill, and it's like this many
Wow.
this color, this many that color.
Okay. Wow. All right. Well,
Nice.
good news. You have successfully brought Mookie beyond her strain threshold, so she is okay. She is awake. And she looks at you and is like, "What happened?"
There was a small explosion. But you're with us now, and you're safe.
All right. Mookie looks around and she is a little horrified at her current surroundings. But after a while, she just kind of goes, "Okay."
Mookie, I have a question for you, though.
Mm-hmm.
Is there anything bad in these caves and in these hills?
She thinks about it and she's like, well, whenever we see the ships kind of flying around above us, sometimes we'll come and hide in here if we're worried. And there's some things that kind of skitter further below, but there's and she kind of looks around, realizes she can't actually see where they are right now. She's like, "Where are we?"
We're stuck in one of the caves.
Okay.
I'm not sure which cave.
She's like, well, the upper parts, they're not so bad, but if you end up a little further down, there's some stuff in there we try to stay away from.
Is anyone in your community familiar with what might be in these caves?
She looks around and she points to Zeku, who's currently on the other side of the cargo bay. And she's like, he does most of the scouting. He'd probably know.
All right, Mookie, do you need anything before I go talk to Zeku?
She thinks about it and she says, 30 years of my life back.
All right, I'll get some food sent over.
Wow.
All right. Ness. I'm calling my own name. Ness, I think we should go talk to Zeku. Mookie just told me that he does a lot of scouting out here.
Question then, outside of character. If I was trying to sense while she was doing all of that.
Oh yeah, the sense
Sorry,
result.
yes.
What was the sense result?
Let's roll back simultaneously while that was happening. So Ness, you feel it. You guys are really close to this thing. Whatever it is, it's like outside the back of the cargo bay. You feel it coming from that direction, and you can tell that it's close. Whatever it is, whether it's safe to actually go check it out right now, that's hard to say. But you definitely know that you guys are like right next to whatever this is.
Okay. Let's go talk to Zuki, I think.
Zeku,
sorry.
Zeku.
Find their names. Let's go talk to Zeku. I sense something out there, and it's really close. It's definitely out there, and then I think we could use his expertise.
All right, Zeku.
Mm-hmm.
We were just speaking with Mookie, or I was speaking with Mookie, and we're a little unsure about where the ship is right now, and we're not getting a good sense of where we are. Do you know anything about this area? I've heard you do a lot of scouting.
He says, yeah, I've been around these parts a lot. I can definitely show you around. But I would need to step outside to get a feel for where we are.
Is there anything that's particularly dangerous in these caves that you've explored?
So he thinks about it and he's like, yeah. I don't know what you call them, but there are these birds. They're usually scavengers, but when they get really hungry, they'll go after you. And they're not really the kind to just attack you. The way that they usually take things out is they got these big, powerful claws. And they'll just kind of drop stuff off the mountain, wait for it to die that way, and then feast on it. So you don't want them to spot you.
Right.
So, Des.
LO7.
It might be good to take LO with us out.
Yeah.
Might as well take N7 to guard the entrance potentially with L0.
All right, why don't you guys scout out and take Zeku, or can you come with us?
He says, yeah, I can show you the way.
All right, and I'll kind of hang back on the ship and make sure everyone's okay. So,
L7 or L0. Let's.
Yes.
L0. Let's take a look at the damage to the ship on the outside.
Okay.
So L0, you have the mechanical knowledge, is that right?
No.
No. Oops.
N7, how do we do this? Wait.
Take a low to like shoot birds if they're there.
Yeah.
Zeku's gonna help identify exactly where we are, and N7 can see how messed up his ship is.
Right. That's. I wish you never left the order. Yes, N7, come with us to look at the repairs on the ship. L0, you can help us protect Zeku as we ensure the area is safe.
Sure.
Sure.
It is your ship, N7, so we're just trying to make sure we get it back in one piece.
It is? I mean, yeah, it is.
All right, let's exit the ship.
Okay. All right. So my people who exit the ship, there's actually like as the bay doors sort of open, and you see sort of the opening that you guys have come in through. There's actually sort of a clearing that leads to another cave entrance further down. And as Zeku sort of scampers out into the daylight, to the right, you guys see sort of a hill that slants up. And if you were to go to the top of the hill, you might have a good vantage point to see the town below, which is where you guys just were. It's pretty far away. So, you know, if anyone has any of those handy gadgets or gear that let you see things from a distance, that would be a good place to use them.
It's a no from me.
If you have them.
No.
I got eyes.
You got eyes. I mean, one thing you could do is you could give me one of those destiny points, and one of you could have one.
Is that really how it works?
Mm-hmm. That is how a destiny point works. If you want an item, there's a thing that you think could be handy, you could give me a destiny point.
I've seen this one. I think it's a trick.
You could give me one of your 2 destiny points.
And no reply.
Mm-hmm. Okay, well, so you just make a note of it, that there appears to be this clearing, and there's a plateau there. For now, you guys leave it alone, it sounds like.
Like,
but
we're
yeah.
literally in a cave looking out, and you're like, oh, there's a plateau that you can see, like, to the right of the exit of the cave.
Yeah.
I don't think I care. I'm like, okay.
Looks like that, you know? You got this thing, and then there's more paths sort of further down. No one cares. So we'll go ahead and scrap that.
Oh, okay. I got it.
Yeah, just giving you guys an idea. So this is all open space here, and then further down you have some other places that look like they lead into caverns up ahead. So we'll go ahead and get rid of all this.
Favor of us spending a destiny point as the way Bungie would have wanted it.
Okay, and let's go ahead and pull out this guy. So N7, what are you up to while everyone is running out?
I'm immediately working on bumping out those dents.
Okay.
Yeah, that makes sense.
I got my blaster pistol out, and
Torbjorn
I'm ready.
Hitting a turret, but as a soccer ball.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so
Are we in there?
not yet.
Okay.
Making you nervous? Anything on there?
Well, no, I'm just like, how did the ship get in there?
No. So this is not where your ship is. This is actually the other cave system across from it.
Okay, cool.
Beyond that plateau.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So we're like in one cave facing another cave.
Yeah. The cave that you have slotted the ship into doesn't appear to be anything further that you can get into there. It's just sort of this sort of archway that's sort of formed that you're able to kind of slot your ship into.
Oh,
but there doesn't appear to be any paths or anything inside of it. This one is across the way. There appears to be a bunch of these all over the mountain. Very cavernous place.
Interesting.
Anyway, before we move to our cave team, N7, why don't you go ahead and give me a mechanics roll? And that'll be against a difficulty of 3, and I am going to spend a destiny point to bump one of those up to a challenge die. So the challenge die are the red
Okay.
ones.
You're good at this, right?
Let me read my character sheet to see if I'm better at. I have a skill that says, where is it? Remove black square per rank of gearhead and mechanics checks.
I'm not sure if that is a setback die or a difficulty die as per the rule book. I think it might.
Think
It
it's
might
a
be for-
setback,
I
right?
think it's for setbacks because the difficulty die are usually diamonds instead of black squares.
Yeah, black
They
is
would be the
back
purple
die.
diamonds.
Yeah. So setbacks
Cool.
you aren't experiencing here, so that's not going to help you out.
Sorry.
Cool.
You guys now have 3 destiny points.
Huzzah.
Binoculars
Okay.
looking better by the minute.
I believe this is my roll.
Okay. All right.
Wow.
Yeah, that is a surprising,
It's a
almost
lot of
almost a perfect neutral roll.
symbols.
Yes.
So what does it mean when it is neutral, by the way? Just so I
So
understand.
if it's completely neutral, it means that you basically just kind of don't make any progress. So like if you're negotiating with someone, you're both kind of at the same position you were when you started.
Okay.
In this case, for N7, it means he goes out and he surveys the damage, and he starts kind of like trying to just basically cut out the parts that are stuck into his ship. And he looks down and realizes this is going to take a very long time. So what I am going to do with that advantage die, though, because that does give you some kind of benefit, is on your next roll to continue freeing the ship from the side of this mountain, you can add a boost die to the roll.
Okay.
So make a note of that. So we will come back to you and see how that goes in a bit. Okay. So my cave team, my Jedi, this is where your senses lead you. And so Zeku wanders in here and kind of shows you a little bit. And this area of the cave is pretty well lit. Still a lot of sunlight kind of coming through here. But you'll notice an area in the back that is very dark. That may or may not be labeled on this map.
The dark
So Zeku shows you in here, and my Jedi, you feel that thing, whatever.
So I'm no longer on the ship.
Uh,
Oh no.
oh no.
Oh, no.
The Senate.
Oh yeah.
Are we disconnected?
I
Well-
lost all of you momentarily there.
Yeah,
How are we doing?
we lost
Yeah, we
you
lost
too.
you.
We lost you.
Okay. Okay. Yep.
Okay.
I
I
was
thought I
probably
also
the
got lost, but then I just wasn't moving.
All right. So last.
Sorry.
Oh boy. Okay. So, Des, where do you want to be? Do you want to be on the ship or do you want to be with Ness?
Well, I felt like someone should stay with the meerkat people.
Okay. All right.
And Buki.
All right.
I mean, that's why I sent Zeku out with you guys.
I see.
Yeah. He's definitely going to help. Okay. All right. Just keeping a clear picture of where everyone is. Okay. So Zeku leads you guys in here, and he's like, "This is where we usually hide out sometimes if we see a bunch of ships flying around and we don't know what's going on." But yeah, I mean, I don't really know what you could be looking for in here. As far as I know, there's nothing.
Why are we here?
Should have taken Des. Okay, let's see. Let's look like L0. Let's look around a little bit and see if we can find something that can help us get out of the situation. I definitely sense something in this cave. There's definitely something more to it than just cave.
Oh man, I found the perfect Zeku icon.
I'm waiting for. I see Paul formulating his L0 response right now. His processor. unit.
Why?
The faster we find something in here that can potentially help us, the faster we can get out, the faster you can get paid.
Where's the flaw in that logic, Elzero? You tell me.
It's like, I don't know if he can comprehend to explain why you haven't explained why there'd be something here that's gonna like help us somehow magically. I'm like, sure.
It's Jedi shit.
Jedi shit. I sense something. Done.
Okay. So what I want you guys to do for this part is position yourselves somewhere on this map. Tell me which area you're looking at, and then give me a perception test.
Let me. Need to move.
The Senate, may I use the leader's room real quick?
Okay.
Can I move my dude?
Oh, right. Okay. Sorry. I did not give you guys permissions. That'll make that hard, won't it?
So I'm able to look around. Okay.
Yeah.
So it's not that dark.
No, so this area of the cave is the opening is pretty big, and it's this differently colored like ground right here is almost exposed to sunlight. So this area is pretty well lit.
Oh.
Okay, got it.
You guys are like right at the entrance.
Where would I look around?
So that's your call.
No, I know. I'm thinking about it in character.
Well, I feel like in character, I'd probably go. If something's pulling me this way.
Oh, I was gonna go the other way. If anything, I'd be like,
that makes sense.
I'm like either here or I'm over here.
Yeah.
Because I'm like, why am I here?
Yeah, you're kind of like, why
like this is when Meredith is like asking me something and I don't understand, so I'm just gonna like pretend to care.
It's amazing.
Okay, so L0, I want you to give me a perception test against a difficulty of 2. And then Ness is going to give me a difficulty, is going to have a difficulty of 3 on his.
Okay.
I succeed. Holy shit.
Okay.
I was not expecting that.
Wow. Perception. Oh.
What did I miss?
Nothing
Everything's
yet. They're
coming up low 7.
making some rolls.
So if I have nothing in perception but 2 cunning, then it's 2 green.
That's correct. Yeah.
And 3. Okay.
And 3 of the
Difficulty.
3 of the diamonds. Yeah, 3 difficulty. Oh shit!
Rip.
Oh my god!
Didn't think we should be here.
Not a Padawan.
Oh my god. Okay, so at this point, what I'm going to have you guys do is why don't you guys go ahead and give me your initiative order? So what we're going to do is you guys are going to roll for initiative, which means let's see, Ness is going to only be able to use vigilance for his. And you're just basically rolling vigilance against a difficulty of nothing, and then tell me what the successes are.
Okay.
L0, you are allowed to roll either vigilance or cool, whichever you have a higher number in.
Yeah.
Okay.
So if I have nothing in vigilance,
I'll be right back.
Okay.
does it just default to the willpower pool?
Yeah. So if you have nothing in vigilance, just roll willpower and tell me what how many successes you get.
1 success.
1 success. Okay, and L0's got 2. Okay. L0, Ness. And something else is going on this table.
Out for a moment, the pun
Okay.
that Trader Joe's did.
Oh,
Snap
good.
Peas knockoff.
Inner peas. Okay.
Those look good.
They're okay. They're not as good as original, but they're cheaper and convenient at Trader Joe's. Guys, I know you weren't sure about pacing. For a 7 to 10 slot on Tuesdays or every other Tuesday, where are we through your materials?
Oh, you guys are, yeah. I mean, this could be over either very fast or maybe a little longer, depending on how this next part goes.
Oh boy.
Good. Time to roll L7.
Yeah. So I think L7 is that 2 success roll your initiative?
2 success, 2 advantage.
2 success, 2 advantage. Okay, so you are going to go second because something else is going first.
Okay.
Oh,
And then
boy.
Ness is going to go last. So I'm going to go ahead and make a mysterious roll here, and then explain why I'm making it after.
That's what I get for looking straight into the dark side of the cave.
Yeah.
I couldn't help it. Forced the
Jedi,
wall
always
there.
obsessed with light and dark. Doesn't make any sense.
Oh boy. Let's see. What is your defense value, Ness?
Oh boy. Defense. I have 0 defense for ranged and melee.
Oh my god. Okay. Okay. Let's go ahead and let's see. A melee is usually a difficulty of 2, so we're gonna give them. We'll give them that 2 difficulty, but they're also gonna get a boost die because of how bad your perception test was.
Oh god.
Oh my god.
That's dangerous.
That's not good at all.
2 successes and a triumph.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's bad. Bad news bears.
Out from the
Okay.
ship now to be like, what's going on?
Boy, yeah. Some stuff is about to happen here.
Oh boy.
All right. So Ness, you go right up to the edge here, and you take a look down, and you feel it. Whatever that thing is, it is calling to you so hard down there. You can feel it just yanking you. But really, you should have been looking up and not down, because the Yogg birds that Zeku was talking about, they fled in here when they heard all those ships come in, and they see Emil just hanging out. So they succeed in a grapple test against you, and they maneuver you right over here.
Shit.
And they just drop you. So
Okay.
you go careening down, and this is the part where you would normally just take 5 wound here, but you're actually going to take 5 wound, and you're also going to take a critical injury.
Oof.
So you are hamstrung. So you will not get a maneuver until the end of this encounter.
Okay.
Yeah, a free maneuver. So yeah, you are actually now down in this pit. And I'm going to go ahead and put out the birds. We're going to use Minox for this.
Oh yeah.
Hey, Minox.
They are not Minox. So these birds are actually, they have sort of a leathery appearance and very long beaks, so they don't look exactly like Minox.
Okay.
Just making that clear.
I took 5 wound, right, and a critical injury.
Yes, so that wound is soaked.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah. That critical injury does not soak.
Wait, so if that wound is soaked, does that mean I don't write current wound as anything?
Yeah, so your soak value is 5, right?
Yep.
Jesus Christ. Okay, so yeah, you actually take that fall like a champ. You just kind of like sprain your leg on the way down.
All right.
So it's like it's a pretty decent drop. It's like maybe 15, 20 feet down. But you know, you are a Jedi, and as soon as you feel yourself in free fall, you know how to fall. Or at least you thought you did, until you feel your leg give out.
Okay.
But yeah, I mean, you actually, wow, god damn, that 5 soak is something. Okay. So we got another one here. And we got one more. There he is. Okay, and we got one more here.
Oh my god.
So in the struggle, I'm going to say there was some noise that maybe L0 heard as a result of his perception test.
Okay.
Yeah. So I wish there was a way that I could bring up a second map here. I think I would have to move you guys in order to do it, though. Let's see. Oh, maybe not. Okay. Maybe this will work. This could work. Yeah, perfect. So, Ness, this is where you are. Let me bring up that other page again. Perfect. Okay. Nope. What have I done? I broke everything. Okay, there we go. All right. So next on the turn order, that would be L0. So L0, you heard some screaming. You heard some flapping wings. Where are you going?
How does action economy work in this? Like,
Okay.
what can I do?
I should break that down. Okay, so
how do I combat?
Okay, so the way that you combat is you basically have 3 actions you can take. The first one is called an incidental. So that is a thing that you can do that doesn't use up any of your resources, we'll say. So that would be something like calling out to somebody or dropping an item in your hand. Those are considered incidentals. A maneuver is to actually move or take an action. So like taking cover behind something would be a maneuver. Moving to a different location would be a maneuver. Kicking over a table would be a maneuver. And then finally, there's your action, which is your actual attack. So you declare what you're going to hit or what you're going to attack, and I let you know what the difficulty is going to be to hit it from where you are.
Okay.
Yep. There is a list of other actions and maneuvers that I put up in the combat help document, if you guys want to take a look at that while we're here.
All right. And then I guess, does sequencing matter all that much?
So the current sequencing, and this will change as this goes on.
Okay.
But for these first couple rounds, it's going to be just you guys.
Oh, I meant in terms of like what I can do. But
Oh,
sure.
I see. Sequencing does not matter. Usually the action is last. But if you're in a good position and you don't want to move, you can take your action first and then do a maneuver.
Okay. So I just heard something, right?
Yep.
So
Yep.
Step 1, I'm going to move so I can see what's happening.
Okay.
Right?
Yeah.
So should I just move myself?
Yeah, go ahead and move yourself. So the way that the movement rules, the maneuvering rules work in this game is I'm supposed to keep track of like a range band, right? So when you maneuver, you're just moving from one range band to another. So there's not really like a strict, like you can move 10 squares or 30 squares sort of thing.
Got it.
Yeah, so go ahead and maneuver yourself.
What's my current range band and what?
I would say your current range band is long, so you would be moving to a medium range if you were to position yourself.
Yes, ideally I want to move into medium range is what I'm going for.
Perfect.
Because
Okay.
that's what I can shoot at.
Okay, so you come around this. Yeah, perfect. That's exactly where I was going to place you. So you come around here, and you see these 3 birds that have kind of descended, and you come around the corner just in time to see that thing let go of Ness as he just like drops into that cavern. And those 3 birds are kind of flocking around in the air, and one of them is sort of following him down, and the other 2 are kind of hovering near the cliff edge at the moment. So go ahead and tell me what happens next.
Okay, so spoilers, I actually read a little bit. So I'm going to use strain to use an additional maneuver.
Great. Okay.
How is that, like, how much strain is that?
I don't think I wrote that down in combat, but that is a thing you can do. I believe it's 2 strain.
Yeah, I think I take 2 strain.
Yep.
Do a second maneuver so I can aim.
Okay. Oh, wow. All right.
Ooh.
And then I'm going to take a shot at the closest one.
Okay, so that's going to be against a difficulty of 2, and then you're also adding a boost die for your aim action.
Maneuver. Okay. So, all right. So then I roll some dice time. Roll. B is boost.
B is boost. That is correct.
Okay. Boost. Yellow, yellow, green, green. And what's my difficulty?
2.
Okay. DD.
All right. Okay. How much damage does your gun usually do?
6.
6. Okay.
It was not set to stun.
Okay.
I don't even know how stun setting works. I just have it written down.
So stun usually applies the damage to strain instead of wound, but when it comes to these creatures, which are considered just like lesser things, they don't actually have a differentiation between strain and wound. They just take it all straight to wound.
Okay. Cool.
Yeah. So, boy, you did. I'll just describe it. Okay, so the closest one I believe is this guy right here. Yeah. So you take aim right at his stupid face, and you pull the trigger, and you vaporize his head. It is gone. Woo! So this guy is kaput. Where's the little markers? Perfect. Yeah, he just like his head is gone, and he just plops to the ground. So that is 1 down. And you can use that advantage to immediately recover your 2 strain.
Oh, cool.
Good first combat action we have here.
Doing my best.
Yes. Okay. So as for Ness Brinto, you are now you're now on the cave floor and you are prone, and you're hamstrung. So your choices are fairly limited. What you can do is you can voluntarily take 2 strain to get up and then still have an action, or you can get up and that can be your whole action.
And the other bird is following, is like,
yeah. So this one next right here is coming
use
down
the force and call out to the other Jedi.
This other thing is coming down at you. So.
Got it. What to do? I feel like standing up's probably a good thing. I'll take the 2 strain.
Okay. All right. So you take the 2 strain, you get up, and that means you still have an action. So you can still do something other than just getting up. So you are now on your feet. You feel that pain in your ankle, but you're a Jedi. You got to work through it. So.
Cool.
Yeah.
Well, I'm going to go ahead and ignite my lightsaber because I don't think I've done that this entire encounter. seems like a good idea. I probably should have done that in the beginning.
I think maybe it's time to get out that lightsaber. Yeah.
So, gonna go ahead and
great.
Go ahead and activate that.
Good.
And let me see. What can I do? Actions.
So this thing is close enough that you could probably strike at it.
All right, let's go for it. I'm gonna swing at it.
Okay. All right. So you're gonna roll your, I believe it's brawn and lightsaber skill.
Good.
And normally this would be against a difficulty of 3, but because your lightsaber emits light down there, it's only against a difficulty of 2. Okay. However, I am going to have you add a setback die to account for your wounded ankle.
Okay. What is setback?
That is a fantastic question. Hold on.
Is it S?
Let's try.
Nope, don't do that. It's S. It is S. Yeah.
Okay. So let me see here. I got lightsaber and brawn, 2 difficulty, and a setback.
Yep. Oh my god.
Are you kidding me?
Ness, why? Please.
I'm trying my best.
Okay, so the good news here is you did not roll anything super nasty. It's just normal failure. So you ignite your saber and you swing at that thing. Yeah, you swing at that thing, and its claws kind of catch your arm, and you're kind of like struggling to pull your hand back, and you get it back. You get your saber back, but you did not hit the mark. So that thing is not grappling onto you anymore, but you spent your attack just reclaiming the saber you tried to swing. So it is now Zeku's turn, and he is immediately going to turn and flee the fuck out of this cave, because he wants to go get some help, because he just watched a Jedi get yanked down a cliff face.
I am not a Padawan. I am a Jedi Knight. How dare these four?
Okay.
Useless meatbag.
So now it's the Yogbird's turn. So the first one is going to go ahead and come at you, Ness. So let's see. Yeah, I think that's what he's got. Oh wow. Okay, so good news. These failures are actually in your favor. And at 2 failures, you can take an attack of opportunity because of how badly this thing tried to get you and failed. So you can take another swing right now.
Let's go for it.
Same dice as before. You still have that setback because of your ankle.
Okay.
Hey, okay. How much damage does that lightsaber do?
6.
Okay. At 8, with those 2 successes, that is enough to split this thing in half. So
Yes.
that bird comes down to try and get you, and you just take it right down the center. It splits in 2 and just chars and splits right across as you cauterize it as it goes, and it just plops in front of you. So this one is also down. Where's our token? There it is. This one is out. And this Yogbird is going to try and get this droid. Do you have a defense rating of any kind?
No, that's really hard to get.
It is, yeah. I think it's only like there's certain types of very expensive armor, and then like talents that'll get you defense ratings.
Yeah.
So that's going to be against a difficulty of 2. All dice have canceled out. So I mean, this thing, you see this thing flying at you, and you just kind of back up. Like nothing really happens here.
Okay.
Bad news for this bird though is it's now your turn.
Okay. I mean, good-ish news. We're engaged range, which I think is worse for me.
It can be a problem for you, yeah. I believe when you are engaged, you add a setback die to your attempt to shoot him.
Really?
I think there might be more to it. Maybe it was 2. But let me check that real quick.
Oh God. Okay. So
I'm like, while this is happening, did Zeku run into
Zeku is currently on his way running to the to the ship now.
How are the ship repairs coming along? That's what I care about.
We are going to cover all of that very soon here.
Okay. What's page 210?
I really hope Meredith tries to call.
Yeah.
In the
So
middle of, like, combat.
when you are
it's 2
in
difficulty.
Yeah. So 2 difficulty means that you're adding 2 additional difficulty die to the attack. So
Okay, so-
normally at close range it's 0. So you're just rolling 2 difficulty.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna aim again.
Okay.
Because why not? And
Just
then...
aim at the thing right in front of you.
I mean, that's what I do.
I get
Right.
it. I get it. I mean,
So-
from a gameplay perspective, it makes perfect sense. It's just kind of funny that like you have to take a maneuver to aim at
I
the
mean, I
thing in
played a lot of
point-blank
Call of
range.
Duty. You got to aim down sights. Like, this is
Right.
just how.
He's aiming down iron sights. Yep.
Okay.
His blaster
So
iron.
it's green DD. Okay, sure.
Oh my god.
Murder.
Yeah. No.
Terminate.
Yeah. I mean,
Blew its
this
face
thing
off again.
this thing flies towards you, and you just like take a step back and just like fan the hammer at him. Just.
McCree droid, yes.
He's gone. So at this point, all of the Yogbirds are dead. So we will go ahead and get out of initiative here. However, Ness is still at the bottom of that pit.
Yep.
So back on the ship, Zeku comes running in, and he just bolts in and screams, "A Yogbird got a Jedi!"
Fine. All right. I'll be back, ship.
Did you just address the ship?
The people, the meerkats.
I'll be back.
Ookians!
Thank you.
I will be back. Stay calm. No need to worry.
All right, N7, why don't you go ahead and give me another mechanics roll
With a boost.
with a boost? That's
Fix
right.
that ship.
I don't do them over there. I do them over here. What's my difficulty?
Your difficulty is a we'll give it a 3. And remember to include that boost die.
Is that just a B?
It is a
Yep.
B.
Boost.
Hey, okay. You make amazing progress. You realize as you're going along that it's actually not as bad as you thought. You started with the worst section. So you are cutting along, and suddenly it just gets a lot easier to cut. You realize actually this part of the mountain seems to be a different material. It's easier to get through. So you just sail along, rolling along the top of the ship with your cutting laser out, just vroom. And all that stuff is free. So this ship is now able to leave.
Cool.
You have succeeded.
All right. So are you coming to check out what happened, N7?
No.
All right. I
God,
sigh
droids are the
and move
best.
towards the disturbance.
See, the mistake we made is not communicating in beep boops.
That's true.
I just calls him like I sees him.
So N7, you once you're free of that, you pop back down to the cockpit to see if there's any other vital readings that are maybe coming up wrong. You take a look at the scanner, and it looks like the fighters are actually coming around now and heading out. So you're not sure exactly what they're up to, but they're leaving the town that you guys left from. So you kind of keep an eye on them, see what they're doing. Okay. So L0, you have a little bit of time before Des and Zeku come back. Is there anything you would like to do?
I'm probably gonna walk to the edge of the dark below and see where this Jedi is. What's he doing?
Okay. So I'm going to go ahead and take us off.
I'm gonna walk there. What are you doing? Quit wasting time.
Why did you jump down the hole?
Okay, let's bounce over here now. Okay. There we go. All right. Where's my Nesprinto? There he is.
Everyone off the thing now, the map.
So he's so Nesprinto is, we're going to say right here. And then our droid friend is up here. This is kind of where the top of the cliff face is. So you're kind of looking down at him from there.
I don't know where everyone else is, but I'm looking at the cave still.
Yeah, I'm looking at the
same.
cave too.
We're still in the caves.
Oh, really? Okay. How do I do
If
that?
you have a different page, there's something to like move players between.
I see it
pages.
now. I did not realize I had to do that. So let's go. Boop.
Yeah. That's yeah. Okay.
There we go. Okay.
Unmarked tomb.
Probably what we were sensing, potentially.
Oh yeah. Oh, that thing is giving off some energy. And the red lights over here are illuminating that spot, and they appear to be some kind of pillars with like visages sort of scraped into them. Though what they are is they're so weathered at this point, they're just kind of like neutral faces. Like all of the detail has just kind of washed out of them. And they're kind of the only thing that you can see right now from where you are. This whole area is really, really dark until you get to about like right here. So you just see those things in the distance and then just like pitch black from there to there. Aside from the area illuminated by your lightsaber. But anyway, yeah, droid, you look down, you see him down there and you see his lightsaber ignited and a bird carved in half in front of him.
I mean, what are you doing?
I wanted the voice. I had to wait. There's something about that. Something ahead. I sense it. I'm drawn to it. I have to take a look, L0. I can't explain it. I have to take a look.
Okay, so Des Zeku leads you here, and you find the droid at the top of the cliff face here, and you see Ness down below.
Yes. Oh, God. Really? All right.
Fantastic.
I had to do it once.
Yeah.
Um,
Not even time yet. There's gonna be more combat.
but it's like the cave. I need to be like, first I'm like,
Oh.
whoa, I sense a lot of energy. 2, Ness, what happened? Why are you down there? L7, why are you not with him?
What? Why?
All right, sigh and look down to Ness. Ness, what's going on?
Don't you sense it, Des? Don't you sense something from that direction? It's what we felt. We should.
Oh, don't you? You do. You feel it.
We should figure what's coming from there. There's definitely something there. We can't just leave it.
I agree. Let me see if I can get down there to you.
You sure can. If you give me a.
L7, stay here for now.
Yeah, I'm just gonna take cover at the top of this. I don't want to go down there.
Okay. Yeah.
Probably smart.
You know what? Actually, I want everyone to give me a perception test while I'm looking up some stuff here.
Okay.
Perception.
This one's gonna be against a difficulty of 3.
Wait,
I don't want to, because then bad things will happen.
if I have so I have a skill in perception that upgrades me or no?
Do you? What? Read the talent. What's it say?
Oh, you just mean you have skill 1 perception?
Yeah.
Oh. Yeah, so if you have a
Yeah.
skill 1 in perception, that means whatever the characteristic is associated with it, you're going to upgrade one of those green die to a yellow.
Okay, so I have a 3 in cunning, so it's green, yellow.
Gosh.
Okay.
Green, yellow, and then D, D, D. Whoa.
Oh boy.
What happened? Oh, well, that's okay. I can figure out who's it is.
Useless Jedi all rolled as bad as I did.
Wait, oh god, you all rolled. Oh boy. Okay. Yeah. Hey guys, guess what? Everything's fine.
Cool.
It's great in here. It's dark, but whatever. It's fine. Boy. You know what, N7, why don't you go ahead and give me a perception roll as well, based on where you are.
No.
Get out of it. I'm doing my one job well, unlike the other 3 members of this party. I was doing well too.
That's a what's my? I got the 3 difficulty on that
3
bad boy.
difficulty. Yep, it's
Yeah.
a 3 difficulty on this.
Yeah, I'm not very good at.
You're like as good as I am, yeah.
Oh, holy shit!
Sort of not great
Okay.
at that one.
So hey, guess what? As far as you guys know, everything's great. Don't worry about that perception roll. It was just to keep you on your toes. That's all it was.
Oops.
We're just making sure we know the rules here. That's it.
A.
Okay. So, Des, you can give me to safely climb down that cliff face. You can use athletics. And pretty much just athletics. That's all.
I don't have a skill in athletics, so it's just my brawn.
Just your brawn. And it's going to be against a difficulty of 1. It's not too bad of a cliff
Roll
face to
green,
descend.
green, D.
Hey, there you go. Okay, I mean you are down there lickety split. No problems at all.
Jumped. I force jumped.
Yeah, you use the force to very safely descend this cliff face,
Correct.
and you are down there with Ness.
So Ness, are you okay?
I think my ankle or my leg is a little hurt, but it should be all right. I think we can kind of press on. I'll take care of it later.
I'm like, I was gonna buy stim packs and then I didn't, so sorry.
The stim packs actually wouldn't have helped him anyway.
Hey, does
because-
the ship have, by the way, long range comm?
Yes, it does.
Okay. So we could talk to N7 because I have a comm link on me that's long range.
That is true. You do.
Great. N7,
Mm-hmm.
how's the ship looking real quick?
It's all good.
Great. Stand
No
by. We
problem.
might have encountered some danger. Potentially might need your assistance soon. We'll let you know.
My assistance?
Ness, Can you? So, like, I guess I'm like a weird Jedi that I can't sense because I used shadow and
Yeah,
misdirection.
so the difference between you and Ness is like you can feel the Force like call to you, but you can't reach out with it and feel around you to see what's giving off anything.
But I could like disguise us effectively.
You could
and I can create images and stuff.
Yes, that you can all do. You can use the Force to do all that.
Okay.
That's not going to help you here though, because it doesn't look like there's really anything around.
Except the tomb. So we can go
Yeah.
look at the tomb. I can't move my person.
Oh, I keep forgetting that every time I put these out, I have to set a permission. One of these days, as I get more used to this, that'll happen. Or it'll never happen, and we'll do this every single time. That's also possible.
Oh, wait.
There we go.
Okay, I can move it.
I guess another way to ask the question is, what is the range currently from me to the unmarked tomb? Because if it's long, then I'll go down, and if it's not, then I won't.
It is long.
Okay.
Currently, getting down there would if something were about here, whoop, there we go. That would be medium range. So out to about here and beyond is long.
Okay, I'm also going to come down. So what is that, 1 difficulty?
That is going to be a 1 difficulty of athletics.
Sure.
Right, like this.
Yeah, perfect. Although that's all about to change if he's popping down. So.
Oh, I'm just using the free hand.
I come down. I succeed.
Yep, perfect.
A lot.
Let me see what you're... Oh my god.
I was very
you know what?
successful at scaling down.
You know what, L0? Go ahead and put a note that you have a boost die for navigating that cliff face. You know it so well.
What kind of
I
Terminator
climbed down. I carved out
are
some
you?
stairs.
Blasted stairs on the way down, like casually.
Okay, so at this unmarked tomb, as you two guys walk up to it, you feel something emanating off of this so strong. It is overpowering. And around it are all of these, there's 4 pillars that have the sort of facial features I described, that it looks like it used to be something carved there, but it's all really weathered and nondescript. But you can tell there used to be like eye holes and a mouth. And on top of the unmarked tomb is what looks like a very old lightsaber. And that's it. That's the object. You can feel the Force coming off of this thing, whatever it is. Well, you know it's a lightsaber, but you feel a powerful sense coming off of it.
Look at that lightsaber. Ness. Can we get it? Can we?
Yeah.
Right.
Who wants to grab it?
I will.
Right.
Okay, Des, why don't you go ahead
Like,
and
where's
give
my
me
roll?
All right.
Please stop.
Des. You're going to go ahead and give me a resilience test, and I am going to use one of my destiny points to upgrade one of those to a challenge die. So you are rolling against 2 difficulty and 1 challenge for this resilience test.
Can you use a destiny point?
D, what's the challenge one again? C?
I think it's just C, yeah. Okay, I mean, all things considered, that's actually not the worst possible.
Not too
result.
bad.
Yeah. Okay. So let me walk you through what happens.
Wait, you use the destiny point, right? So you should,
Oh, you're right. Thank you for reminding me. Let me go ahead and.
because that means we have 4 now, I think.
That is correct. Yeah,
How we're just hoarding Destiny.
Destiny is important.
Surely we're all gamers. We're like, I'm gonna need these.
I can save these. I have 99 mega elixirs and I can't possibly use one.
Much like an FSA, it doesn't roll over to next game, but you know.
Oh, Lord.
Boy. Okay, so here's what happens. The minute that you grab that saber, you are just launched into the past. You are no longer Des. You're someone that you don't know.
Damn, okay.
You appear to be in some kind of temple. It's really old. And just judging from like the aesthetics and everything around it, you're fairly certain it's a Sith temple of some kind, and you're training with somebody. You don't know who. But you're both using red sabers, and you're practicing in like a giant circular arena. That vision sort of fades, and next thing you know, there is a blue Twilight girl that appears to be a slave, and the slave driver is sort of carrying her around, and you cut down her slave driver. And then the last thing you remember... Oh my god, you have a red one?
I knew that was coming. I knew that was coming. I was like, she's a Sith, switching sabers right now.
Nick's seen my place, so...
And the last thing that you see before you come back to reality is you're in a forest of some kind. And someone approaches you, a young man who you know to be a friend for some reason. You don't know why you know he's a friend, but he approaches you and holds you and then shows you that he has a grenade in his hand as he brings you close, and it goes off. And then you're brought back to this tomb, and you're back in your body again. But you feel the force of that grenade that launched you back to reality, and you take 5 strain.
Damn. Okay, so my strain went from 11 to 6.
So being a Jedi, you know what just happened there. You had a vision. This object is powerful with the Force, and it sent you on a journey of the previous owner of the saber.
Let me make sure I got that. So
Sure.
I first, Ness, I just had a vision.
That object seems strong with the dark side.
Yes, I appeared to be in a Sith temple dueling a master of some sort. And then I was not in the forest yet. And then I killed a slave owner. I remember that part. A Twi'lek slave owner. And then I suddenly found someone who appeared to be a friend to me, but he was holding a grenade, and it killed us both. And that's how I was brought back here. And I still am wrought with pain from it. Yes? Was that the dream?
Yep, you got it. You nailed it.
The
Yeah, that's
vision.
everything.
The vision.
What do you think it means, Ness?
So Ness, if you do you have any points in? I think lore is a skill. Yes.
Yeah, I think knowledge is lore.
So both,
Either of you.
yeah.
Jedi,
So
please.
both of my Jedi, my Jedi can go ahead and roll that lore skill. If you don't have the skill, just go ahead and roll the intellect straight, and that's against a difficulty of 2. We'll say.
Thankfully have 3 intellect, no lore. So
Okay.
green. 2 difficulty?
Yep. Oh wow. Okay. Okay. So Ness is the one who's gonna figure it out then. Okay. So Ness, you're listening to the story, and it all sounds really familiar, and you don't really know why, because that doesn't sound like anything you remember happening during these wars or anything. And you feel like you'd know, because right now the Republic and the Separatists are keeping track of where all these Jedi and Sith are going and what they're up to. But you look at the saber and you notice that it's really old. Like, this is an ancient saber. And it has like a sort of like, almost sort of shovel-looking thing on one side. Like a little dowel or something. And then the other side appears to have maybe had that at one point, but it's been weathered down. And you're looking at it, and you remember going through the Jedi archives of the Old Republic, and you realize this lightsaber, this definitely belonged to Darth Malgus.
Oh shit.
I'm glad Nick is the one who made the check.
I kind of am too, honestly. I'm really glad. Yeah. So you don't
Yes.
know if you have found his tomb specifically, but his lightsaber being on this thing means maybe you did.
Yep.
But it's definitely the sort of thing that the Jedi Council would like to know exists and where it is.
Des, we need to take the saber back to the council. We need to get out of here. I believe the saber to be from the Old Republic, the Sith Lord Darth Malgus. I think we should get out of this tomb. I think we should get out of here like now.
Yeah, speaking of which, why doesn't everyone make a perception test, including N7 again? And this time, it's against a difficulty of only 2.
Oh, it's getting easier.
Yeah, I wonder why.
Yeah.
Is cunning.
Perception is cunning.
So green, yellow, DD.
You guys are the best.
Look, cunning
Oh!
is not my best stat.
Oh my god, this has been delightful. Okay, I have great news for you guys. Ness Brinto just 100% saved you from being surprised. Because no one else seems to notice it. But Ness, you're sitting there and you hear like a thump, 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 thump noise. Sounds kind of like something's coming. Something big, and you don't know what. But it's probably not great, whatever it is. And it sounds like it's coming from, and all of your faces are in the way, so I need to move you. It sounds like it is coming from down this way.
I didn't even see that there's like more to the map to the south. So
Des, there's something coming. I hear that. L0, do you hear that? We should tell N7. We should prepare the ship. We need to get out of here now. We should probably leave before whatever's out there comes here. This is not a great area.
N7, you copy over? You there?
Mm-hmm.
All
Want me to get the engine warmed up?
Yeah, go ahead and do that. We're heading back to the ship with a special artifact.
Okay. So at this point, I want everyone to make an athletics check. This is going to be to see how much distance you cover from where you are to the cliff face and up.
Am I climbing the cliff face or no?
You are not. You know what? Go ahead and add your boost die to this. This is the time to add it. This will be against a difficulty of 2.
Damn it, but I just had a good roll.
That's great.
First one of the night.
That's not true. I was the only one who had like light power.
If you want, you can just roll the difficulty die, and I can do it that way. Okay. So
oh my god! Why me?
Oh my god! What a horrible roll. Okay, so let me take a look at you guys here. So let's see, 1 success, 3 advantage against 1 failure. 1. Okay, so you got 2 advantage. So you're feeling pretty invigorated during your run. So Des can go ahead and recover 2 of that strain that you took.
So I'm back up to 8.
Yeah, and then Ness had 3 successes, and your failures 2. Okay. You guys are pretty far away, so I'm going to say that this got you guys to here. You did not make it quite as far. Nope.
Damn it.
You are going right there because you did not succeed. You just got an advantage. So.
Wait, that's. Oh, did she also? Okay.
Yeah.
Because I also did not succeed. I just have 2 advantage for.
Yeah. So, yeah.
Does anything
yeah, your result's not great. So, L0, what's going to happen to you is as you are climbing this cliff face that you thought you knew so well, one of your feet gets stuck in between 2 rocks, and you are delayed there.
Oh, okay.
And that is when it shows up.
Oh no.
So we're going to blow it up real quick so you guys can see what it is. But this is what comes wandering out of that cave.
A Pokemon.
Yeah, one might say that.
Who's that Pokemon?
So, I'm going to say only the Jedi roll on this one as well. And this is going to be you can either use lore, or you can use. I feel like there was another intellect skill that I felt would be appropriate.
Underworld, Core Worlds.
Xenealogy. You can either use
Xenealogy.
You can either use lore
I don't have a
or
skill in
xenealogy.
either, so
So you're just rolling intellect then.
yeah. And that's 3
Against
green. Against how many difficulty?
This is going to be a 2 difficulty.
Okay, you go first, Ness.
Wow. All dice canceled out. Okay,
Great.
so you have no idea what it is. You just know you don't like it. Ness, however, who seems to be like becoming this very knowledgeable Jedi,
He is a
knows-
knight.
Yes, that's true. He just got his promotion. He knows that this is a Terrantech. So the Sith used to set up these creatures on their tombs to protect them. And they're a practice of like the Old Republic. This is not a thing that you're used to seeing. But again, because you were studious in your Jedi archives, you knew that what this thing was. And you also know that it is attracted to Force users. It can sense the Force in people. So, you know, 2 Force-sensitive people in its den may be a problem. But anyway, it comes in. You guys see it. And I am going to have both of my Jedi again, because I think, well, you know what? We'll have the droid roll it too. You are all going to make a resilience check against a 2. You can also use cool if you have points in cool instead, against a difficulty of 2. And 7 also doesn't have to make this roll because he's not there to see the thing. So,
What am I rolling again? I was setting my...
you can either roll resilience or cool for this.
Difficulty of 2.
Difficulty of 2.
Neither. And it's 2 either way, so... And
Okay. Okay, all right. So everyone who succeeded, you're good. Ness, you're going to take 2 strain, just from seeing this thing. That was what they call a fear check, because this thing is huge, and your knowledge actually works against you here. Because Death just sees a big old creature, but you see a big old creature that is especially known for killing Jedi.
Yep, makes sense.
So the Terrantech is actually not going to be close enough to close the distance to you guys just yet. This is just when it appears. So you now get another chance to make an athletics check to get the hell out.
against what difficulty?
This will be against a difficulty of 2 still.
Okay.
Boo.
Difficulty of 2, athletics. Good thing I'm athletic, yay.
Oh my god. Okay, so at this point, I'm actually going to let you guys decide what you're going to do. Because I'm going to lay out kind of what happens here. So, Ness and L0, you guys rolled high enough to escape. But you also notice that Des did not make it, and in fact tripped. You hear the sound of the thump as she runs to about there. So you guys tell me how far you want to take it.
Wait,
you have the option to get out. Yeah.
Can't I, like, use... Where's my dumb sheet? Sleight of mind to try and, like, stealth from it at this point?
You can, once we go into initiative order, which we're going to do as soon as I know what these 2 want to do.
Right. Well, I am definitely going to run back and lightsaber out.
Okay.
Let's go.
All right, and then L0, what's your plan?
I think I keep going.
I thought so.
It's coming.
Okay.
I'm at least gonna get to the top of the ledge, and maybe I'll turn around and give a shit then. But
Yeah. So yeah, you do successfully free your foot from that dumb ledge. You get up to this cliff face, and you turn around to see where the Jedi are, and you see one of them on the ground, and the other one standing in front with a lightsaber out. Clearly, you were all not on the same page.
yeah,
N7, can you give me a perception check before we go into initiative order here?
Yeah.
You're like, no, wait, stop.
That is... What difficulty is that?
This is going to be against a difficulty of 2.
I'm just fixing the ship, getting it all started up.
Oop, everything's fine. It's peachy on there.
Oh boy. Okay.
Surely they didn't mean it when they said they needed help.
Meanwhile, you just hear me screaming on the comm. Where are you, Ball?
Terrantech!
You've seen
man.
Star Wars. Droids don't help with this stuff.
Sure they do.
Okay, so at this point, everyone's going to give me their initiative rolls. I guess this probably doesn't matter as much because I don't think Meg. What skills do you have between vigilance and cool? Do you have anything?
Let me pull up that sheet. Vigilance and cool, no. Nothing.
Okay, all right, so it doesn't really matter. But so you guys can choose between cool or vigilance. The only person who can't make that choice is Des, who would not be allowed to choose cool in this case, but doesn't have any points in cool anyway. So kind of a moot point.
Is there? We're just rolling. Okay.
Yeah, so this isn't against the difficulty. You guys just roll and tell me what your successes are, and that determines the turn order.
1 success.
Okay. All right, let me take a look at that. Okay. So, Ness, you got 1. Okay, so you guys are actually matched on your rolls here.
Mm-hmm. I don't know how you do tiebreakers.
So, which one of you, what is your vigilance skill, both of you?
0.
0.
Okay. What is your, where is vigilance? There it is. What is your willpower scores?
3.
3.
God damn it.
We can roll again.
Oh my god. You know, when I was looking at the initiative rules, I was like, what are the odds they'll tie past these two? There's no way.
Does it go to cool next? Because wait, aren't we both 1 cool?
Oh my god.
Yes.
No, wait. You have at least 2 presents, so give it to Nick.
Okay. All right. We'll go
that's
ahead
true.
and have Nick go first. L0 next. I don't have Des, do you have a roll for me, Meg?
Well, can I roll to stealth out or no?
No. This is called initiative. So basically, we're determining a turn order.
Yeah.
Oh.
So you're making a vigilance check, and if you don't have vigilance, you just make whatever your characteristic is, willpower, I think.
Yeah, willpower.
And then and this isn't against anything. We're just counting up your successes. Wow. Okay. So you actually are going straight to the front of the pack here. Unless, of course, the Terratech rolls higher. So let's find out how he does. I have bad news about his roll here. Okay.
Oh my god.
Oh, threat. Hell yeah.
So he's going first.
Makes sense. Giant monster.
Okay. All right. So he is gonna go straight for. Oh, moving the map here. He's going straight for you. And again, you have no defense, correct?
Yes.
Okay. So, okay. Boy. All right.
Yes, so he'll be fine.
This is gonna be a doozy. Okay. Here we go. I'll go ahead and do this first roll here, and you guys can take a look at what you're up against. So we'll say, well, your lightsaber's on, so he's not going to take the darkness penalty, I don't think. But he will be against a normal difficulty, which is what melee usually is. Let's go. Yep, that's about what I thought would happen. Okay. So this thing barrels right for Ness. And it's got some nasty claws. And it just immediately lunges out. And even though you get your lightsaber up, it just does not seem to care. Like the lightsaber burns against its hand as it just like tears right into you. So you're going to take 8 wound and also another crit.
8 wound and another crit. All right, 1 second.
Okay, so until the end of the encounter, all of your skill checks go up by 1 difficulty. Which also means that you now have 2 critical injuries on you. Your soak still counts, by the way. So make sure you soak some of that 8 damage you just took.
Okay. That 8 would go to wound or strain?
That 8 goes to wound. Yeah, right now this thing is doing all wound all the time.
Okay, great. So I have 3 wound.
Okay. That's actually it's not the worst result.
3 wound and another critical injury. Great.
Yep. Woo! Okay. Next in the turn order is Des, and this is now when you get your opportunity to do one of your stealthy things if you want to try to get away.
Sorry. Well, so question.
Yeah.
Technical question. I have that second force tree.
Yep.
But I didn't technically, I think, take any skills in it. So is misdirect totally?
Well, so misdirect is as a force power, you just roll a force die and then you use whatever comes up. There's not like a skill for the force powers. It's actually its own separate die roll. Because I guess this game didn't have enough extra die already.
Sorry, but like I didn't spend XP.
Oh, that's different. Okay.
Just being honest, I had a little XP over. I'm like, I could quickly like move some things around. But...
So let me root. So do you have manipulation or? Oops.
I have shadow and misdirect, but if I'm reading this correctly, it means I don't have the basic power of misdirect.
Okay. All right.
Wait, so did you purchase the tree? Because if you purchase the tree, don't you get the first power?
You have access to the first power. Yeah. So you can use just the first part of it.
Okay.
So all that other stuff underneath you can't do, but that first part you can. Which I need to.
If you purchase the tree, yeah.
Yeah.
So, because what I want to try and do is create like a bright light or something across the room away from us or something to distract this guy.
Okay. All right. You can attempt to do that if you want to roll a force die.
So, roll F, right?
Yep.
F in the chat. Oh.
Okay, so if you you can take that dark side point to turn it on if you want, but dark side comes with disadvantages.
I'm gonna not.
Okay, all right. So you also can move in this turn as well.
Okay, so I'm like, I don't have anything on me that's really good. I'm like, I could throw field rations at it, but I don't think it wants those. I have a disguise kit, but I think it's too late for that. I'm gonna say disguise kit probably not gonna help against the Terrantech. What else can I do? Computers would not help. Deception wouldn't help at this point. Like, I always wanted to avoid getting into these.
Hey,
situations.
L0 and I could have outrun it. So I'm just
This was definitely an avoidable encounter. I'll just throw that out there.
All right. So, can I hit it with my lightsaber?
You can do that. That'll be a brawn check, and then if you have any lightsaber skill, that upgrades one of those die to a yellow.
I don't know. What do you think, Ness?
Yeah.
L7.
Ness is bleeding from his chest at the moment.
Oh, he's bleeding.
He's not doing so great.
It'd be great if you could stab it, I think.
He's not quite terrified. He hasn't told us what this is yet, but he knows. You can see the fear in his eyes.
I'm more like bleeding around as it cut through my saber straight up. And I was like, that's not supposed to happen.
All right. So can I also hit up N7 on the comm?
Yeah, sure.
N7, do you have anything to help? Ness is mortally wounded, potentially, and bleeding. We need your help. Can you please roll over here to help us heal Ness?
I got a med pack on the ship if you can get him back.
I'm surprised you answered it all. I want you to just I'm just chilling in my pilot chair in a VR headset, you know. Don't even respond.
playing a little job simulator, seeing how they used to go to work.
All right, so I have nothing to heal you, Ness. I am sorry. So I'm just gonna take a stabby stab at this guy.
Go for it. So that's your brawn and your
green.
Yep, brawn and
yellow.
lightsaber against a difficulty of 2. Normally you would add setback die for the darkness, but you guys have a lot of lightsaber light happening here, so we'll negate that.
Does silhouette matter for not ranged attacks?
So silhouette is not going to matter in this particular encounter.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Maybe
Isn't
it
he
should.
big?
He's pretty big. Maybe it should.
Ready, Nick?
Maybe it should.
I was hoping that it does. Let me put it that way.
I think actually yeah, you're right. It does. I'm going to say it does. This thing's pretty big.
Okay.
Okay, so
when a character makes an attack against a target with a silhouette 2 points or more larger than he is, decrease the difficulty check by 1.
Yeah, I'm gonna say this thing is big enough to be that big. Yes.
Yeah,
So
I
go
really
ahead.
don't know what its silhouette is. So.
Yeah, it's big. Tyrantecs are like they're almost Rancor sized.
Okay, a Rancor is a 3 and humans are a 1. So
Okay, so yes,
by the table ipso facto.
you nailed it. You got me. Okay, so Des, you actually successfully land a hit on this thing. I believe your lightsaber does 5. Is that right?
Yeah, correct.
And then what are the qualities on it?
It is accurate.
Okay.
Breach and sunder.
Okay, so that means you actually penetrate his armor for so one of those points he does not get to soak.
Haha.
Okay, so let me take a look at his. Okay, so you managed to deal 8 wound numerically to this thing.
Okay.
I would tell you how much of that he actually takes, but I'm going to leave it a mystery for now. So you actually you see Ness get a part of him sort of clawed out, and its arm is sort of wide open afterwards, and you see your opportunity. So you go in with your Shoto saber, you ignite it, and you drive it right into his chest.
Good.
And when you take it out, like there's a burning hole in him, but he doesn't seem to really be slowing down.
Great.
But you got him good.
L7, shoot this thing. What are you doing?
So yeah,
these
speaking of
droids that came here.
I'm rethinking my help as I'm on the ground.
One's like,
Right? I'm like,
just
why'd you
chilling
help
in the
this
ship,
woman?
listening to like elevator music or God knows what.
okay.
It's just like,
Da-na-na, da-na-na, da-na-na.
all right, so actually next up in the turn order is Ness, and then we go to L0.
All right. Well, I'm definitely swinging my lightsaber at this thing because I feel like it's not much choice. I kind of just got swiped at. And,
Yep. Okay, so go ahead and give me. This is going to be at a difficulty of 3 this time because of your compromised injury.
It's the lightsaber skill check, right?
Yep, lightsaber skill check against a difficulty of 3. Okay. So that advantage. Do you have any strain currently?
I do.
Okay, so you have 2 choices. You can either 1, use this advantage to recover some strain, or 2, you can give a boost die to the next person who attacks it.
I will give the boost die to L0.
Okay, all right. So L0 is going to get a yeah. So next person to attack it gets the boost die. So Ness, you ignite your saber. Well, your saber was already ignited. Don't know why I said that. Ignore it. Saber's out. You're kind of surprised the thing managed to get to you, and you kind of just lure it away. You swing at it, and your saber hits, but it just kind of sparks, doesn't actually go through. But its attention is now on you, and it is completely unaware that L0 is hanging out on that cliff face now. It wants that Jedi, so it is completely distracted as we go to L0's turn.
That Jedi.
So L0, you are up.
Okay. So the thing I'm wondering is if I'm seeing that it doesn't care about being stabbed, should I use a stun setting instead? I don't know if that's a thing that I'd know.
So that is your call. I will tell you, this enemy counts as what is called a nemesis, which means it does have a separate wound and strain table.
Yes.
But I will also say, from a gameplay perspective, that at least one person has dealt wound damage to it, and it has not taken any strain damage at all.
Okay. Okay, fine, sure. So I should just shoot it normally. And then is it, so it's like bipedal walking up towards them?
It's bipedal, and it's got 2 giant claw arms. And currently it is, I should reposition everybody to give you a better idea of, I can rotate them. So currently, we're now looking like this. Nesprinto has turned his attention this way, so his back is currently to you.
His back is to me.
The Tenatrex back is to you currently, yeah.
Okay, because I was gonna like double aim and try and shoot him in the leg or something.
You could still do that.
Okay.
It's a little bit of a tricky shot to aim for the leg from here, but that is an option.
Is that the only body part available to me? Like, am I just shooting at a giant back at this point?
So you can see its arm from where you are, and you can see its back. You can kind of see its leg, one of its legs, but you can't get a good look at its face right now.
Okay, I think I'm just gonna shoot it then, because I don't have a clear shot.
Okay.
But I'm still gonna aim though.
Okay. And you have an additional boost die, not just from that aim, but from Nick distracting it.
Correct. So what's the difficulty?
So the difficulty is let's see. You are currently in, I'd say that's medium for range bands. So that would be a difficulty of 2. Normally you would take a setback die for the darkness, but there's 2 Jedi with lightsabers around it. So I'm going to say you're good there.
And then, do I care about the silhouette thing, or we're not worried about that?
The silhouette. I forgot about the silhouette. So at a difficulty of 2, the silhouette is definitely 2 higher than you. So that would lower it by 1. Is that right?
I'm trying to double check. Okay. Decrease the difficulty of the check by 1.
Okay, so this is actually just a difficulty of 1 for you.
Okay, 1 difficulty.
A boost die.
And then I aimed once, and I'm not going to double aim.
Okay.
Right, so 2 boosts. Yeah, 2. Okay.
Woo! Okay. Wow. All right. So that's 2 successes, and your gun does what? 8 damage? Is that correct?
I could have used my frag grenade. Wouldn't have been good for the Jedi, but it would have been funny. Sorry. No, I only do 6 base. So does that add? Does that add the success?
Yeah, so every success you get counts towards damage. So this actually does a total of 8. And then that advantage you can use to either give a boost to the next person to attack it, or you can recover strain if you have any.
I'm reading the table of stuff I can do.
There's a lot, yeah.
Oh my god. How the attack to see put it?
I'll go ahead and put that damage on that thing right now, though.
Oh my god. So sorry. What were my options? I'm gonna start lining up. Okay, actually, I'll give a boost. Actually, add to the target. Okay, I'm gonna add a setback die to its next check. That's
okay.
What we'll go with.
All right. Yes, that's a good idea. Okay, so as this thing is sort of following the Jedi, you see your opportunity to just lay into this thing. So you aim and you just start firing into its back, and you can tell that you're getting through. It's got these like long scales on its back, and some of the shots are actually bouncing off the scales and sort of flying around the cave, but other shots are finding their mark between them and actually getting underneath and hurting him. And it actually screams at least once when you manage to penetrate back there.
Oh wait, can I like use multiple of them? So if it's like 2 to add a setback die, can I do that twice basically?
You sure can. Yeah, you can give this thing 2 setback die on its next roll.
Yeah, let's do that.
Okay. Woo. Okay, and it's a good thing you did that because it's the Tenatrex turn.
Yeah, I know.
So I think he's going to go for Ness again because that seems to be the Jedi that got his attention last time. So he's going to be on a difficulty of 2, but he's also getting 2 setback die. Okay, well, he still gets 2 successes. Boy. So Ness, you're leading this thing away, and you're doing your best to kind of watch out for its claws. And at one point, you just get a little too far away, and your lightsaber isn't illuminating it anymore. And then suddenly, it just lunges out of the darkness and bites you on your shoulder. And you are going to take another 8 wound from that.
Okay.
And you do get to soak that. What does that leave you at? How you doing?
I'm at 6 wound now.
Okay. Boy.
Yeah.
Okay. Des, you're up.
Can I attempt to do a distract again?
You can.
Roll.
Please, light side, please. F the chat, boy. Once again.
Just
Okay.
take the conflict.
Yeah, fuck.
Give
What
in.
else could go wrong?
Give
Okay.
in to the dark side.
Well, I kind of when I'm like testing the boundaries. So,
Sure.
Yeah.
all right, and I'm
Okay.
like not really Jedi anymore.
Yeah.
True.
He just picked up a Sith relic, so
Yeah, exactly. We're in a Sith relic. We're in a Sith maybe tomb. I mean, most likely. I mean, we are in a Sith tomb.
N7, while this is all happening, can you give me another perception test?
eventually he's gonna notice something.
I don't think that's what he wants, though.
What?
Just like a bunch of meerkats bothering him. He's
this is
desperately
gonna
trying to
be-
ignore them.
This is going to be a difficulty of 2. Okay, great. This is good.
I'll
Okay.
say, because of the message that I got from Des, I'll be waiting like on the ramp of the ship with my little emergency med pack.
Great. Okay.
That's about it, though.
Okay, that's actually fantastic. Because that's going to be enough for me to tell you what you notice. So as you go towards the deck of the ship and you roll down and you're dragging your med pack, you see 2 battle droids come up over the cliff face and they're looking around.
Shit.
Doesn't look like they've noticed you yet, but they seem to be looking for something up here.
Okay. I will slowly roll back into the ship.
Okay. Boy. Okay.
Are there gifts? Can you put gifts in this thing?
I don't know.
What gifts in Discord?
So Des, let's return to your turn here. So you went ahead and took that dark side point, right?
Yes, I did.
Okay. All right. So where do you want to throw this thing?
Oh, like the scary image?
Yeah.
Just like far, like I just want to get him off of us so we can get up and try and run away again.
Okay. Why don't you ping a spot on the map that you want to generate it?
I mean, he can go back from where he came.
Okay.
Go back to whence you came.
All right. So let's see.
But,
Let's.
like at this point too, I'm desperate, right? I'm like,
Yeah.
Ness is bleeding out. I don't want to see that. I don't know what the droids are doing, and I'm like, I'm over this, and I want to get out and away.
So
He's so rude.
I appreciate the sniper shot.
Yeah, right.
Okay, I'm gonna let's have him roll his willpower against. What do you have? What are we gonna call this? We'll call it a difficulty of 2.
So willpower. Oh,
Yeah, he's rolling it. Okay, we'll work with that later. Okay, so you still have that was your action, but you still have a maneuver, so you can move or do something.
I mean, can I get up and try to take Ness with me?
Try and like drag it. He's currently very busy. So you may not want to try and grab him currently.
I'm getting bit in the shoulder right now.
Wait, but I thought I just threw the thing away. No?
So you used walk me through what it was you wanted to do, because I was under the impression you were creating some sort of manipulation to distract him, right?
Yeah, so I want to know if he got distracted and is like he's diverted off of Ness at this point.
He seems aware of it. He is no longer looking at Ness. He turned his head to look at the thing. But as for what is going to happen, you until his turn comes up, you're not sure if he's going to go for it or not. But he's aware of it. He's no longer looking at Ness.
Should I attack then? I feel like I should then just like try to while his guard is down, attack him.
So if you, I guess I don't know what force powers count as an action or a maneuver.
I don't know.
I don't know.
That's more of a question for me. I'm going to go ahead and say you can do it. This might be a thing that I should look up later afterwards, but for now I'm going to allow it. So go for it.
It says activating a force. Yeah, never mind. Go ahead.
Okay.
Go ahead, Nick. Tell us how.
No, wait, no.
Yeah, please.
So I can't do it.
You're doing it right now anyway. Go right ahead.
Called the roll of cool.
What do I roll to use lightsaber again?
It's brawn and your lightsaber, and it's going to be against a difficulty of 2.
Yes.
So yellow, green, BB.
Okay. One advantage does not really get you much.
Nope.
So you smack at the thing with your lightsaber, and you're grazing it down the side. Normally it would kill most things, but this thing seems to have a really thick hide that even a lightsaber can't penetrate. Okay.
So my turn's over, no?
Your turn is over, and it is now Nick.
Alrighty.
Nesprinto, what are you doing?
Oof. So let's see. It's currently biting on my shoulder.
It took a chunk out of your shoulder. You backed up. It's no longer attached to you, but it did take a chunk out of you.
Okay.
Didn't you soak the whole thing?
No, I still took
No.
a wound.
This thing does enough damage that his soak is not enough to stop it.
Oh, for both hits? Okay.
Yeah, he's taken actual damage from both of these hits. The Yogbird did nothing. This thing is hurting.
Okay.
Yeah.
Can I, let's see here, take a guarded stance before I attack?
Yes, you can.
Seems like a good idea.
Smart.
I will take a kind of a, I'll take a guarded stance and then go ahead and swing at it. So I think that gives me probably another penalty to...
Yeah, so you're going to add a setback die to this, but then you get to add a boost die to, or sorry, you add. Hold on. So you're going to add a boost die for when he attacks you, and you're going to use a setback die for when you attack. That's what's going to happen here.
Okay,
so,
got it.
Yeah.
So let me roll. And how much is the difficulty again?
For you, it's 3 because of your last critical injury. Okay. So one advantage, nothing you can really do with that. You're still kind of smacking away at him and trying to lure him away. He's not given. I will allow you to use that advantage to maybe turn him if you want to try and direct his attention somewhere else. But you're not doing any damage to him.
Yeah, let's try and turn him. So, what's going to be most helpful here for L0? So his back is currently facing L0.
Yeah.
Oh my god, Meg.
Let's try and turn it so
Something
he's like how he's facing in the picture on the map, or his arm.
Okay.
His face is kind of looking downwards. Yeah.
Like that way? Okay.
Exactly,
Yeah.
yeah.
So you're waving your saber around and backing up, and you're luring this thing so its face is now towards the cliff.
Perfect.
And that takes us to L0.
Okay, so it's facing me now?
It is facing you now.
Okay. Now I'm like, should I try and actually hit him in like the face eye thing?
He does have eyes. Those are usually pretty sensitive.
He does have
Destiny
eyes.
Point. We have so many.
Oh yeah, what does a Destiny point do me in a combat check thing?
So the Destiny point can be used to upgrade one of your green die to a yellow proficiency die. So beyond what you're already doing, you can add yet another proficiency die to it. And after a roll, you can actually spend one to add a success if you came up like one short.
If Nick thinks I should do it, I'll do it.
I think we can just roll, and then maybe we'll see where we go from there.
Okay, I am gonna use a double aim maneuver, so I'll take.
Yes.
Okay.
So good.
And the reason why I'm doing that is you take a penalty when you try and target something.
That's correct.
So since I am doing 2 aiming maneuvers, then it's only 1 setback die instead.
Correct.
Okay, cool. And then, so green, yellow, 1 setback die, and then it was difficulty 1 because it's big
because
but
of the silhouette.
medium.
Yep.
Yeah, okay.
Hey, that's enough. Okay. And your weapon does 6 damage, you said?
Yes.
Okay. Man. Okay. So you take aim, you find the spot, you pull the trigger, and you blast this thing's eyes out. Just right in the face. And it is currently, in addition to the damage you did, it is currently stunned. So on its next action, it actually will not get to act. So it spends its turn sort of stomping around and clutching at its now blind face. And it is now Dessa's turn.
Hurry
up.
The force thing didn't do anything. So I guess I'm just gonna go and.
It might have, except L0 shot out its eyes, so it is currently stunned. Like.
All right, so I should just attack it again.
Yeah, it's currently at a disadvantage. So I'm going to go ahead and say that you add a boost die to this roll.
Great. So roll. What's the boost die?
It's a B.
Nice.
Come on, it adds.
You need to swing it around.
Oh. Okay. All right. Good news. While this thing is stunned, Des goes ahead and just leaps right into its chest, jabs the saber deep, and kills it. So this Tenetrack is down.
Great.
And you guys can now get the hell out of here.
Yes, thank God.
We still have to roll athletics to get up the hill.
Wait, we're not going to see what's question mark?
We saw it.
Oh, okay.
Right?
I didn't mean there's another room back here with the treasure chest or
Ooh.
If you want to go take a look, but you are currently up on the cliff.
I mean, I'm not saying my character would do that. That was my out of character response.
Paul talking. Paul's like, wait, there should be loot, right?
See, if this was Dungeons and Dragons, there would absolutely be loot there. But this isn't Dungeons and Dragons.
This is not D&D.
So, in canon, I don't know why a Sith person would be like, oh, hey, where we put the monster, also put a treasure chest with more stuff besides my lightsaber, right?
If this was Coder, there'd probably be something down there. Yeah, but...
Yeah.
I mean, if you want to go check it out, I will not stop you.
So I'm going to radio over to N7 and be like, I don't know what you're doing, droid, but by the way, we did kill the monster. How are things over there with you?
There's a few battle droids over here.
There's what? How many?
Yeah, you only see 2. Yeah, there you go.
Probably just 2.
Okay. Well, we're gonna head back to you. Did you see where they were? Can we sneak past them?
Can they sneak past them?
Oh, it's possible. Let's find out. So I'm gonna go ahead and...
Definitely.
I do have a stealth thing. Remember I have that crazy bonus?
You sure do.
All right.
All right, let's go back to. Actually, we're just gonna get rid of maps.
Meanwhile, med pack.
Okay,
Good thing
we're gonna
neither
do.
of us took force heal.
It'll be fine.
I was
All
like, well,
right.
Sean's got the healing down.
Here's our plateau. Here's
Sandoval
our
wouldn't come
cave.
along for the journey, though.
Okay. So our battle droids are currently sort of right here.
Wait, do you need to like switch the map thingy again?
Oh, probably. Sure do. Sure do. There you go. Here's my awful map. So you guys are all coming up right here. This is sort of our cave entrance. These guys are completely unaware that anything is happening. They seem to be actually looking out. I can rotate them, can't I? Dude. Yep, perfect. These guys are actually looking out this way. And if you, if all of my people actually want to do a perception check, you can.
I just forget, what is perception? It is.
So what am I
What is
doing?
it? Oh, cunning. Right.
Perception test for all of my, for anyone. All of you can
With
do
the
it.
difficulty?
With a difficulty of 2.
Oh,
Perception is really just this group's weakness, isn't it?
I haven't gotten the chance to put in skill points yet. I will.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
I think mine cancels out, right? Because I rolled earlier just 2 green and it was 2 success, 1 advantage. So
Yeah, so yours just kind of evens out there. However, N7 appears to have succeeded with
Finally.
disadvantage, but it's enough that you hear these droids. One of them goes, all clear, Roger, Roger. Seems like maybe they didn't find anything, or think they didn't find anything.
Is the ship that hidden in a cave that they literally didn't find it?
It's a really good cave.
I mean, I really wedged it in there. Like, I know
Yeah,
I
I mean, you did.
really...
You
Yeah.
wedged it in real good. I'll say it's right there.
Okay, can I use sleight of mind now to get us past them?
So here's the problem with that: is these are droids, and I don't believe your manipulation powers work on droids. However, you can use stealth.
Can I like throw a rock?
Oh yeah, that's the so sleight of mind. So that's the title of it, but it says add is an advantage. What's the square thing?
Oh, is it blue or is it black?
It's blue.
Okay, it's boost die.
Yeah, so add a boost die to all stealth checks.
Ah, okay, that you can
unless
do.
the-
I misunderstood. I thought you were
Yeah.
using a force power, but if it's one of your talents,
Like,
that you can do.
Well, actually, then I read the rest of the text. Unless opposition is immune to force powers.
Okay, these are immune to force power.
I have that
We-
droid
that-
restraining bolt though.
Do we need a distraction? Maybe I could like force throw a rock or something.
That's an option. You could definitely do that.
What else do I got?
I'm pretty stealthy, so
I've got stealth. I have.
I got 4 Gs.
Yeah,
4G.
Wow, you are stealthy.
I got so much agility.
Can I roll perception?
We rolled the perception. That was how N7 heard the thing.
Get them all mixed up.
That's okay.
Let me try and just
Gonna
so
Force through a rock.
Yep.
Oh my god! We got an actual light side point.
Whew, I got the sense earlier and I got the move. Let's go.
First one of the night. Okay,
Best Jedi.
so our Jedi that
He's
is
a real Jedi.
yes,
The
our
lowest
Jedi
bar.
that is our Jedi that is currently bleeding from at least 3 different places on his body.
Takes a lot of focus, you know.
He looks around the corner and sees the battle droids, and he reaches out with the Force and causes a rock to like kind of tumble down a path over here. And it goes, and it hits another one and causes more of like a rock slide as these things sort of cascade and sort of carry down. And the droids all go, "What's over there?" And they go to check it out.
This is great. This is just an episode of Clone Wars.
Like
Battle
actually.
droids, baby. Yep.
Oh,
So
are they
they are
that stupid?
Oh yes.
they're so fucking stupid.
Am I that stupid? Okay.
You are not. Like
you're
I
not
said, you're not a
favorite battle
separate destroyed.
droid.
Sure.
not-
I still have an intelligence of 1 though.
Okay, you're pretty stupid. We'll
Yeah.
grant that. But you're not extra stupid like the battle droids.
Okay.
But the path is now clear for you guys to get on the ship.
Oh, thank God.
And 7, you ready for us? You got that med kit?
And 7.
How bad does Ness look? Is he like super fucked?
Ness, how many wounds you got?
6.
What's your total?
15.
Okay, so I mean,
That's not too bad.
that's not as bad as I imagined, but he's pretty
he's-
clawed up.
He's having a bad day. It's
Two
like,
critical injuries, right? Do
man,
those
this
go away?
this guy
No.
needs like a hospital, huh?
He does. So here's the thing: is those critical injuries he's taken, of which I think you have 2, right?
Yes.
Those actually stay on him until one of you can pass the check to
Oh,
get rid of it.
Cool.
Oh really?
So
Yes.
I do have an emergency med pack. I
Great.
don't know what the difference is between an emergency med pack and a med pack, but
I'm
the
not
emergency
sure
one
either.
was cheaper, and it said that it was smaller. So I took that one.
Okay.
Oh my god.
So
I think. Oh, go ahead.
I can attempt to patch up Ness.
Please.
Okay. So great news about the emergency med pack.
Isn't that just like free wound healing?
Basically, so the emergency med pack allows you to attempt a heal on a medicine check without any difficulty whatsoever.
Oh, cool. Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
So I need to know if you are healing his wounds or if you
Oh, I did
are.
this the wrong way around. Hang on.
I was like,
I'm getting
damn,
these mixed
free.
up.
Yeah.
I am trying to effectively like. He's bleeding. That doesn't seem good. So stop
Okay.
that. Stabilize. You know.
Sure.
Do you want like a game mechanics answer?
Well, so yeah, so basically I need to know if you're healing a critical injury or if you're healing the wound damage.
I feel like critical injury.
Okay. All right. So I think the
Right.
critical injuries normally have a difficulty of 2, but because of your med pack, you can get rid of that. So go ahead and roll it, and you just need 1 success to get rid of one of those critical injuries. Wow. Okay. 2. Yeah, it's gone. So Ness, pick one of those 2 critical injuries and get rid of them.
Let's see. What
Oh,
did the
there's
sprain?
the table.
What did the sprained leg do for me again?
So one of them took away your ability to do maneuvers, but the thing is, both of those critical injuries were actually only for the encounter. So you actually don't feel the penalty of those critical injuries anymore. The downside to still having them, though, is from now on when I roll crit, and I realized I didn't do this before.
Oh
I would-
yeah.
I would add a 20 for you, and if the roll goes above 150, that's how you die in this game.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Oh, thank
so
God you got rid of a critical injury.
so
gonna get-
critical injuries are actually real bad. That's each one increases your chances of ending up in death.
Got it. Well, I'm
Interesting.
getting rid of the sprained leg one. Not that
Okay.
it matters. I'm still have another one. So
Yeah.
I
so
think
I'm-
it's just like tally of injuries, right?
Yeah. So for now, I'll say that you can make a medicine check to heal his wounds, but the other critical injury you'll have to take care of a little later when you have access to a better facility. But if you want to make another roll to see how much wound damage you can heal up right now, you can do that too.
Okay. Okay.
All right,
Good. I do more good.
you do more good.
you're the
So you
best
can
ball.
remove 3 of those wound.
3 of wound. Thank you.
Yep.
Hooray!
Okay.
Yay, good job.
All right, and with that, you all pile in. Doors close, ready for takeoff. So N7, you're gonna. I assume you're probably gonna wait until you don't see any more separatist signals on your radar. Yeah.
Yeah.
Or do you want to go for it? Because either one.
We could spend that destiny point and get the lookout goggles.
I think
Or-
I'll wait until they seem sufficiently far, at least.
Okay.
If they're going away from us, I'm not in any big rush, so like I'll let them go.
Okay. All right. So go ahead and give me a piloting check.
Piloting. A planetary piloting check?
Yeah, we'll make it a planetary.
That's this.
I was going to make it a difficulty of 2, but you rolled 4 successes, so even that
Just
2
for
difficulty.
fun.
Yeah, so that would have taken off 2 of them. Still 2 successes and 1 advantage. All right, so you this time on the way out, you pull out of that cave beautifully.
Well, I've already shaved off the corners.
Yeah, way easier now. So much easier. So you go ahead and pull out. You take off. You see those separatist ships on your radar, but they are not paying attention to you. They're off checking something else out. You do notice as you're on your way out that they do notice you, and they do ping you. But at this point, they're so far away, you're pretty sure you can outrun them. So you break the atmosphere, you hit the hyperdrive, and you are on your way to Terefia. And that is it. That's where I'm going to leave us for now. So congratulations on your successful escape. I'm going to give.
I didn't have to attack anything. That was great.
So I'm going to give everybody 20 experience for the end of the session.
Oh, nice.
So go ahead and mark that down, and that's it for now.
So
Sweet.
20 experience, and then we'll meet again in
2 weeks. If you guys are interested, then we can keep on going.
I know the Jedi are.
Yeah, I play again.
Okay. Cool.
20.
I do have one question.
Please.
What is an encounter?
That's good. These are good questions. I was going to ask next if anyone has any questions. So sure, an encounter is anytime you guys are in initiative order. From the time that you start that initiative turn order to when you get out of it, that is an encounter.
Okay. So if I'm understanding like the healing rules and strain rules, we can heal both once after every encounter.
That is correct. Yeah, using resilience, I believe, is the check. But yeah.
Okay.
Now that we have XP to spare, can we spend this like between play sessions, or could I spend it in the middle of an encounter when I decide that it's, you know what I mean?
Yeah, I do. So you guys can only spend it at the in between sessions. That's when you guys can spend
long rest time.
Exactly. And so the flight to Terefia, I believe, is like a week. So you guys have a week to rest and heal up. So you can spend it during this portion of time.
Okay.
Experience. Woohoo!
Does my super penalty of -1 obligation strain, like, does that also gone now?
That is also gone. That starts at the beginning of each session, and I realize what I was going to do for you, I forgot to do. So I'm going to make a note to not forget that idea.
Okay.
I got very distracted once the Terratech actually caught up to you guys, which was a thing I wasn't 100% sure was going to happen. And I completely skipped my mind to hit you with what I wanted to do. So.
Aw. Oh, next time maybe.
Next time, if you come up again, we'll do it.
I'd like to think that once they're on the ship and on their way, L7 immediately calls Meredith. Just to check in.
I haven't been paid yet.
Yeah,
Fair,
I mean, this is the
Blue Milk's still outstanding.
Yeah, this is the future. You'll get your payment soon enough.
Also, I realize we all moved to L7. I feel like L0 is just doesn't.
L0.
Yeah, it's.
I've been doing my best to keep saying L0. I feel like I did, but I don't know.
Yeah, the rest of us know. But it's interesting that like even like the droid names we supposedly see on screen are already super shortened, and then we like already shortened them even more. It's like you get a letter and a number, and that's all you're gonna be called.
Now I know why.
That both of us have a 7.
Yeah.
What?
It probably is.
Probably.
What do you
It's
say?
funny
Sean?
because
It's that they're meat bags.
Meat bag.
Yeah.
it's funny because you
Don't
both have
respect
7s. And
droids.
you both both Meg's and my name are both like S.
Yes and yes.
Yeah, I
What the
managed
hell
to
is
keep
that
S and Ness straight, but you can't remember N7 and L0.
L0.
Well, just because
Remember
it's me and
L0?
Paul, is that what this is?
There's the ball one and there's the shooty one.
Yeah, exactly.
Got it.
I just keep picturing actually Sean as the first image he put into Discord
Yeah,
of
me
the
too.
ball with the gun.
The little ball with the gun. And I pictured him with the little ball with like a little health pack, like
Yeah.
from Left 4 Dead, just like
Yeah.
chilling on the ship, like. Doo.
Yeah, no, that's big mood.
So I have a question on spending experience points.
Yeah, sure.
So I know we just got 20.
Yeah.
What are we allowed to spend that on? Is it just like skill and talents? Is that it?
So it's your skills and your talents. The only thing you can't spend it on is your characteristics. After character creation, those are locked in.
What about force powers?
Force powers you can spend it on. So taking a new force power is something that I would require you to actually meet someone who can teach it to you or like refine it.
Mm-hmm.
So when you manage to get back to the order, then you can take it. For Des, things are a little different. So it'll be a little trickier as far as Des, as far as what she wants to take, because she doesn't have a Jedi Master anymore.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Cool.
That's fun.
Mhm.
Yeah, so because I definitely wanted to spend stuff in force powers.
Yeah.
Wait, so do the rules still same apply that it's like a certain amount of XP to like maybe I want to get some athletics now because it felt like
Yes.
we used them a lot. Or
Yeah, so if you have a class skill in athletics and you don't have any points in athletics, you can spend just like 5 XP to get that first rank right
oh my
now.
god, yes.
But if you
Vigilance.
don't have it as a career skill,
It is 10.
Vigilance and resilience, let's go. Both career skill.
Oh my
I need
God.
both of those so badly.
is that what you really need though?
I mean, I feel like I rolled a lot of resilience and
but
vigilance.
then we're probably
Oh,
like
that's
a freaking
true.
cantina next time. Like who knows?
Vigilance is pretty good.
It's true. It's true. I mean, I do have 20 experience, so I'll figure something out. I'm gonna go look at force powers first, just to make sure.
It's definitely hard to know how to spend stuff at the beginning.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, because you want everything.
It's a lot of responsibility for them. For them to be like, this is the only time you can ever put points into characteristics. I'm like, oh man, why you gotta be like that?
Yeah, it's rough. So there
Sean,
are.
we got so many skills starting out.
I know we got a lot of skills, but like, I can get skills whenever.
Whenever. So
But-
there's a, I mean, there are ways to raise your characteristics after character creation, but it all relates to like getting cybernetics or taking certain talents that increase a characteristic.
Like,
So there are.
yeah.
Yeah, go ahead.
I was just gonna say the TLDR is that every skill tree has a characteristic boost at the bottom
Yeah,
of it. But
somewhere.
you have
And
to
you
like
guys
work your way to it.
Yeah, and so over the course of the game, you guys can take additional specializations. Like you're not locked into just your one specialization. You can branch out and take others. So theoretically, if we were to do this for a really long time, you could end up taking multiple things that boost your characteristics.
Yeah.
But it'd be a long road to get there.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just messing with the like post game
Sure.
look on stream. Not that I mean it's just us who watched and Alan.
Oh, and like also, yeah, you might want to use the spreadsheet, if only for the skills.
Yeah. The skills are very, yes.
Because having
that
a sheet that's like, okay, it's this many yellow and this many green, and I don't have to like think about it every time
Oh yeah.
would
I
be
think-
helpful. I feel
I
like.
think I might just write those down on my sheet, like put little green and yellow
YYGG.
circles.
Yeah,
I wrote
that's also
YGG.
a way you can go.
Yeah.
Do you have the blank one? Can you upload it into character sheets, Paul?
Sure. Let me see. Where did I put it? By which I mean like.
Honestly,
FYI, in the combat help, if you scroll down, actions activating a force power is
is an action.
Yeah, I know.
I wasn't
We
gonna
were
nitpick.
struggling. We needed that.
I didn't say. I was like, you know what? Never mind. We're about to die. I'm dying, so I'm okay not saying anything.
Oh, I was fine the whole time. I don't know what you guys are.
It's fair.
All right, I am tired though.
Yeah.
Good job. Good job, everyone.
Yeah, the timing on that worked out. We went a little bit over what I expected, but not super long.
Yeah, but, like also if we started
Given that
closer
we're
to
stumbling
7,
through,
Yeah. And there's a lot of rules to go over as we go along too. I mean, this system is kind of new to me. The last time I played it was like at Gen Con like 4 years ago. And that was my last exposure to it. So like, I'm kind of relearning as we go as well. Good work, everybody.
All right, I copied the root template over.
First session in the bag.